Three Stooges.
Welcome in. We are the NAT30s.
Hello,
Hey, Shadowsberry.
yeah.
And this is the Bums of Greenest campaign. Reminders that there are many ways to interact with our stream today. You can give us some subs, whether they're gifted prime or direct, and all of that, in addition to supporting the stream, is going to give inspiration to these fine folks, players of ours. The higher the tier of the sub, the higher the inspiration, which we actually have quite a few of them sitting there. So
Inspiration.
Those are all counted out now?
yeah, I counted those. Those are all the ones that you have for now. All 1d4s that you can add to your rolls.
God, remember though. Always forget.
We might need them.
You can also interact with the stream in other ways using your channel points.
Right
Check out the bonuses that you can give to the players. You can also join in our homebrew campaign world thing that we are creating, so you can check that out. And of course, you can enter our monthly giveaway, which is I don't have the picture. It didn't load, and I didn't feel like figuring it out. So you can see last month's underneath me throughout the stream today. Congratulations to our patron winner, Old Rogue Painting, who won last month's beautiful Pride dice. But each month, we do give away a set of handmade artisanal dice from our friends at Almost Critical. This month it is called Evenfall. If you're a patron, you will have gotten a sneak peek of those dice today, this morning.
This is where I get upset, but we don't get upset to us now, so I can't look at them.
Actually, because the last 2 months were both local winners, she's sending them to me so that I can hold them and touch them and then hand them off to
Can I
somebody
see
else.
them
So,
next week?
yeah, I will make sure to keep them so that they're
Pass them around.
yes, so you can touch
It
them.
actually is really cool because that's what she'll do. Like, if somebody gives something, she's like, oh, we all
We
take a
bless
look
them.
at them.
Bless them before they pass
Blessing of the
along.
group, yeah.
We all rub on it like cats.
And don't forget, the channel points aren't the only way to enter. So first of all, our patrons, you get automatic entries depending on the tier level that you have joined our Patreon. You can also join our Discord and chat, and every time you level up from talking and everything, you also get entries that way. Our Patreon tiers start at $2.50 a month, so I mean that's less than even one Dunky's iced coffee.
Much less.
Much less than that. So
Like that's less than even a small.
yeah. So very affordable, and it goes up to $10 a month, where we are actually
Which is
getting
like a Starbucks coffee.
yeah, there you go. And just one.
See, that's our range. We're somewhere between Dunks and Starbucks.
Right, but just one
Boom.
for the entire
Yeah.
month.
We can't beat Cumberland Farms though.
99 cents.
We gotta get the lights on. We can't keep that low.
And if you get to be the $10 tier or the nerdy 30 tier of our Patreon, you also become part of the mug club after 3 months. So we have 2 individuals who are getting the special nerdy 30 mug.
Nice.
And I'm trying to come up with other fun ways that can be incorporated, maybe into our background here. So we have a bar behind me. Things are getting built in the room. We'll have some pictures of things as they're coming together for the patrons as well. So we'll come up with something. And how about our merch update?
There is no sale this week. I think it's next week. But
There is no update.
no merch. Actually, no, there's plenty of merch. But I always say buy it when it's on sale, because why wouldn't you? It's just cheaper, and there's essentially a sale every 2 weeks on our TeePublic. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 3 different shirts from the merch store at this table right now. And if you are a patron, you don't have to wait for the sale. You have a special discount code that you can use anytime. That should be good through the rest of the year. And if it isn't, let us know. But it should be active. I don't know if anybody's used that code since, because it was new July 1st.
So the other thing is I redid a little bit of the Patreon so that you can, if you are a patron, there's a content library, like archive. It makes it a little bit easier to find out all of the stuff, because I found that it was there's a lot of posts. I think there's over 200 at this point. So
you
it's
get a lot for your money.
yeah, it was getting difficult to organize stuff. So just you now, it's a pinned post. Everything is there for the most part. Some of the sneak peeks you might just, you know, it's not a sneak peek 6 months later, so I didn't put those up. But yeah, just check it out.
To keep the bums and
Let's
brains alive.
see. And then also a really quick reminder, we are going to be doing a week-long charity stream at the end of the month. We are going to, on Sunday, it starts July 31st. It will be with the bums, and it's going to be an arena showdown. So that will be coming.
I'm so tired.
And
For me.
it will be that you can provide extras to the players with your donations. So more to come on that. Still planning it out, but starts on
The
the
last
31st.
one we did, I was literally still in the hospital the night my now 1-year-old was born.
Yep.
So
I chased-
literally holding her in one arm, nurses talking to my significant other in the background, making sure that she's still going and alive and whatnot, and I'm over here clicking with my Bluetooth headphones on, hold the baby.
And I chase Zan like the Terminator.
Yep.
But this time it's going to be a collaborative effort, not PvP. So a little bit different for the. All right.
With the frick. Get the monster.
All right. So we are going to run our intro, and then I will start the game. So here we go.
Let's do it.
All right. It's a beautiful night, Arwell. As you walk through the streets of Waterdeep, I'm going to change my music.
Oh, do a flashback. It's an adventurous night. But with this music, I was just like,
What am I doing? What's happening to me?
She's like, where did I go?
So, as you walk through the streets of Waterdeep, on your way to your shift at the Narrow Creek Manor, the air is clear and crisp, and you look up at the sky, and there are stars, and it's just a lovely night. You can still smell the pastries from the market in the Castle District that you usually take a detour to just like walk through the market before your shift at the manor. It's been a good job working there. It's easy for the most part. It was quiet before Ulbrinter got assassinated, and the new adventurers were given run of the manor. But you've still been treated very well, and Rolly, who is the head guard, the goblin who runs the guards, has stepped up security measures since the assassination, obviously. Per Ramalia's request and just good guarding, as one would do. And that includes not having consistent, scheduled shift changes. So it's something it's hard to get used to. You can't really get used to such a thing when one day you're starting at 9 or so p.m. and then a couple days later the shift is at 4 in the morning. But they're keeping it, mixing it up. You know that Quinn, who is the other human guard, has kind of complained on the side, saying like, it's Narrow Creek Manor, what's gonna happen here? Why do we have to go this far? Oldbringer's already dead, like, but you just kind of have taken it, and with the addition of Gar, the turtle druid who dabbles in all of the plant-based kind of magics, it's been a little bit more helpful having that added person who does the shift. So the streets in the North Ward, as you go through the city, they're a lot quieter than the rest of the city. Like you almost immediately notice the shift in the number of people walking the streets and the smells and all of that in this area, where people are a lot more high to do. Yeah. So as you're walking through the streets on your way to your job, is there anything you're thinking about or hoping for that night?
I'm really thinking about those pastries. They smell really good. I don't know. I think so.
A little Charlie in your pocket,
Mm-hmm.
just along for the walk. So as you go up to the double doors, so you see Narrow Creek in the distance, close the distance to the front doors, hop up the stairs and head in. You push open those double wooden doors that lead in, and you immediately see the foyer, the greeting area, where directly in front of you when you open, there's a rug, there are decorations, you see the stairs that lead up, and then to the left up to the second floor, and that's where you would normally head. And then to the right is a desk where you know that Finerdale, or Tim, as he is known by all of you, is typically sitting, and as you come in, there he is, sitting behind the desk. You see a young half-elf with this long, curled auburn hair, brown eyes. He has this like soft, sunburned skin. He's kind of beefy, like you would expect to see based off of how he normally talks. Like his voice doesn't match his body. He's like a little bit kind of stocky up top. And he's got like kind of very sharp features, and he has this mustache that, you know, it's a mustache. And you see him as he is writing up, you come in and he stands up. Oh, well, good night. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Doing well. It's a beautiful evening. I only got here about 15 minutes ago, but how was the walk?
Oh, it was lovely. The sky's really clear tonight.
Yes, it was great. I was running a little bit late, so I didn't get to enjoy it as much as I wanted to, but it's just one of those nights where you kind of wish you weren't working.
Exactly.
Well, I have something for Charlie. And you see it like leans down and opens up a drawer in the desk, and then comes back up, and he's got these. He's like, they're kale chips. I dried them today, actually. He's like, he stands up to you and he's like, hey, Charlie.
Did you hear that, Charlie?
Puts it out.
Here, that's Charlie.
Charlie hears his name and he kind of like squeaks a little bit. I'm like, all right, here you go.
And he feeds little kale chips, a couple of them at a time. And he's like, yeah, seems to be a boring night. Nothing much going on. I sent Alice in the back to go see if there are any deliveries. It's been about 15 minutes, as I said, well, right when I got in. Haven't seen her. It's been quiet. Haven't seen Fari. Usually she's, busy, but I did just get here, so you never know. Well, yes, Charlie. Then he pats him on the head. Well, I don't want to get you in trouble with Rolly. They're up there. So.
Have a great night. It was great to see you.
Yes, I'm sure we'll get some food up to you all a little later.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
So he turns around and you begin heading up the stairs. And right when you're about to reach the top, you hear Tim say, "Huh. Well, that's odd." And you turn around to look and you can see him beginning to disappear like down the hallway. And you know that hallway leads to the various rooms that the adventurers or people stay in. There's a door directly to the right that leads out to the forge area where Arik was staying. A little bit further down is the dining area where everybody eats, and then that leads to the kitchen. And further to the left, the room that Zan, the ranger, was staying into, and then it keeps going until you go around to the tower, the first floor of the tower that the sorceress, the tiefling, Avadon, was staying in. But you see him turn and start heading down the hallway. So, what do you do?
Well, I think I'm gonna follow him because it seemed unusual. He was clearly going after something, so
Okay.
my instinct says to follow him.
Oh God.
So you turn you turn and start heading down the stairs, and when you get to the corner and turn to look, you can see Tim is standing at the top of he's standing in the middle of the hallway or so, and you can see that the door to the basement that is between where Arik and Zan were staying and is normally locked and no one's been able to get in there is open. And it opens in such a way that it's blocking your view of the rest of the hall, and you can see Tim standing in front of it. And then the music changes. And in that moment, it's like time begins to slow down as you look, and suddenly Tim just kind of like his facial expression changes, and he looks down. He's just got this very strange look on his face, and he looks down and you can see the hilt of a dagger is just protruding out from his chest. And he just kind of like reaches up and holds on to it for a second, then he looks over to you at the other end of the hall, and his mouth opens like he's trying to say something, but then he just falls forward into the doorway and out of sight, as you assume there are steps leading down into the basement. And so all of this is kind of happening in slow motion.
Well, they are kind of shocked for a second, and then their instinct is to turn on their heel and run to try to get to Rolly and everyone to warn them.
Okay.
Because...
Okay. So you turn, and again, like the slow, like turning towards the stairs to go up, and all of a sudden you're just in complete darkness. You can't see anything. You stop for a moment, just trying to get your bearings, as this isn't the type of darkness like you were looking, you see the stairs, and then all of a sudden everything is black. And then you know you're still where you are, like lean forward and can feel like where the wall was, and so you know you're there, but you can see nothing at all. And just as that happens, within a second or so, you begin to feel the like heavy pressure thumps of things hitting you. And After another second, you realize that it's not just that you're being hit, but you are feeling the jabbing of some kind of sharp instruments that are just going into your body over and over again from all different directions. What are you doing?
Arwell's panicking, and I guess they're gonna try to run, or, I mean, they can't see where they are, and they can't see what's going on, but I guess trying to sort of, like, swipe away at whatever they're feeling and try to head in the direction that they had previously tried to go up.
Okay. Make a, we're gonna make a general, like, perception check as you're trying to, like, feel your way around.
And you said, so what do? I just wanted to be like, guess I'll die.
Guess I'll die. Well, I did roll a 3. Perception check is... sorry.
It's on the skills, the longer the smaller.
Oh, okay. +5. 8.
Okay. No, that checks in complete magical darkness where you cannot see. As you reach out, you are trying to find the wall, but instead you end up putting your hand on something. It's almost as tall as you are, and your hand like touches it's hard to describe, and you don't think you've ever seen or felt anything like it before, but it's almost like there are pincers, and then there's it's like smooth, kind of like the shell of an insect or something, and you like touch it, and then you feel in that same moment you hear a kind of like sound, and then in your face is just this acrid smell that you breathe in, like when you gasp at touching whatever it is that you've touched. You breathe in just like a whole deep breath of this probably gas of some kind, and then you just start choking and fall to the floor, just grabbing onto your throat. In that moment, the darkness instantly is gone, and you can see again, but you are on the ground and looking up. It's very hazy. There's this weird yellow kind of gas or fog that is in the immediate area, and there are these tall insectoid type creatures with purplish bodies, long sharp mandibles that stick out of they have like 2 legs and 4 arms, and they're holding spears. And then right behind, as you're lying there and looking the direction that Tim came, you see a black-robed figure that just very confidently steps out and back into the foyer area and looks at you. You also just look up, and you can see from the stairs another person who's wearing black robes coming down the stairs. And you just hear like a very gentle chuckle from the one that came around the corner. And you see them reach out, actually they reach their hand into their pocket and pull out this orb, a like crystal ball about just enough to fit in a normal human-sized hand. Maybe this is, I don't know. And then they...
Smaller.
They,
perfectly adequate. Okay.
it's perfectly
No
adequate hand.
No shaming.
And they whisper a few words, and you see the orb begin to glow, and then this bright light of lightning just fills your entire space, and you feel your body just being rocked with that pain. And all you can see is white. And with a flash of light, the Bums of Greenest find yourselves transporting.
Kill that guy.
Good.
If it makes you feel any better, those bug things fucked up me and Avadon the entire game.
You find yourselves transporting via magic once again in the tower once owned by, I put a mate. Hey, yeah, by a mage by the name of Xonthal. I should put mage. That's fine.
Right.
Missing for over 100 years. Having received a tip from the Cult of the Dragon defector band? Man, I was tired. Named Iskander, you traversed through the mage's security labyrinth and into the tower itself. A lucky guess using the teleporter controls led you straight from the entrance
Hey, what?
to the observatory.
We did the Mario thing where, like Mario 3, we got the whistle and got like right till the
Warp whistle to the end.
It led you straight to the observatory where you had last seen Iskander, as he yelled from atop a balcony that he would meet you in the basement and was leaving you a key. Unfortunately, others in the cult, now very much aware of his betrayal, obtained the key first and ambushed you when you arrived. You prevailed against them as the lead cultist mage called you and Iskander foolish before he expired. You decided not to take time to rest, given the fact that your contact was being actively pursued, and after healing up and locating the key, you stepped into the teleportation circle, gently tapping the hourglass shape to its corresponding embossing on the metal panel. And as the light from the teleportation circle dies down around you, you find yourselves standing in a stone room, square, probably about 20 feet or so across. Let me just double check. Nope, it's actually a smaller chamber. 10 feet by about 15 feet. The ceilings in this space are about 10 feet high, kind of standard in this room. And when the light from the teleportation circle dies down, you see these wall sconces that just kind of brighten up as you are standing there. On their own, it was dark for only an instant, and then the light was in that room. Standing there, you can hear, like there's a moment where you're all just listening for a second, and you can tell that sound carries very well down here, unlike up above. And also in the room with you are 3 dead bodies. 3 cultists wearing what you are very familiar with as the cultist repertoire at this point, a Cult of the Dragon. You see 2 of them, interestingly enough, up against the left-hand wall, and on the far right corner of the room, like from your angle like this, is where you can see that there's an exit to the room. Like there's a hallway that goes out. The 2 individuals that you see are slumped up against the wall with like charred remnants on their chests of some kind of magical attack. And then the 3rd cultist is lying face down on the floor with blood all around.
Can Zan check the bodies, or any of the bodies the mage or resemble the mage that we saw at the top of the tower, or any of these 3 the one that we're looking for?
You didn't get a really good look at the guy, but make a
Iskander.
Yeah. but make an investigation check.
19.
Okay. So you go over and take a look. You can see that these individuals appear to be lower level. Like maybe they have just the one.
The one broke.
Yeah. You know that this particular individual, who is the defector, is very likely to be higher up than that, given what they were able to communicate to you as, their reasoning for leaving. Looking around, you see that the 3rd individual that has actually blood around them instead of just like smoking, wounds, they appear to have been stabbed several times. And None of you are proficient in medicine. Are you proficient in medicine?
No.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna sit. Nope, I'm not. I'm not gonna say. But what you do notice with the 19 is, as you're looking at the one who was stabbed, you also can see, you look up and you can see a trail of blood that leads out and down out into the hallway, which is dark from your vantage point.
We can all see that, or just him? Because he's
Him, yeah, actively looking and looking at the body, but I mean, whether you communicate.
Seems to be a blood trail out of the room. I think we should go quietly, try and follow it. Not cause a disturbance if we can.
I'll try. I have disadvantage on skills.
Give it a shot.
So Zan would like to go in front as we're going to try and follow the blood trail stealthily. Everyone?
Try. When Arwell goes to, well, I'm assuming Arwell steps. Arik is gonna kind of grab grab over like that, and say quietly, "Thank you for what you did up in that other room."
Sorry guys, I actually can't hear you.
Oh, sure.
Because I have the music behind me now. So
Oh,
now
okay.
I'm
Sorry,
like,
I did say
hear
it
you.
quietly too, but I'll stage whisper.
No, yeah.
Sorry,
I can't hear
I forgot. See what happens when
Even
you get,
him, I couldn't really.
See what happens when you get
First
him on
time.
the same side though. Like
Okay.
sides. Now I'm talking
I didn't
about
say
quiet.
anything yet.
No, you said something, and I'm like, oh, I can actually almost barely hear him right now.
Is it coming from a speaker on the bottom?
No, it's like behind the bar.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Anyway,
so,
sorry.
So yeah, he's gonna kind of grab the arm gently and just say, "Thank you, Arwell, for what you did up in that other room there. I wasn't in my right mind during the battle, and I almost hurt our friend Val here. I would hope that if that happens again, that you would do the same that you did." And then he's gonna reach behind him in his gear, and he's gonna pull out a shield. You carry a shield, right? And he's gonna hand you a +1 shield as a gift. So, if you're gonna be traveling with us, you're gonna need something like this. And he's gonna give it to you, so you can add it in your inventory. It's just a +1, so whatever your AC is now, it'll bump it up by 1.
Oh. Okay.
And also, just in case, and you don't in the D&D Beyond, make sure that you have it clicked, so it adds it automatically.
Oh, okay.
Well, because for the
So equip
longest
it.
time, remember, I didn't have it, my shield, I didn't have technically equipped.
Yeah.
So I was like, why is my AC so low? So you have to have it tapped, so there's the dot next to it.
Okay.
So,
And the
Thank
Zelda
you.
music has to play in your head now.
Just before we go out of the room, Zan's just going to take a quick healing potion, greater healing.
Oh, I was gonna heal people too.
okay.
Give you guys some
Cool.
healing.
Do you know how to add that to your thing?
No. I'm in equipment.
You want to go to manage. This is where
Inventory?
it says manage
Okay.
inventory. Click that, and then what is this?
Just shield, and then it should.
Yeah. So where it says to type,
Type shield.
And then there
and
should
it'll
be
say
one that has a
+1
+1.
in green, and I'll mark it off on mine. I wish there was a thing that you could just do this and send it.
Click proficient. You might need to click proficient.
Oh. Shield
one.
+1.
Okay.
And.
All right.
And make sure that you actually have it like this. See how that's
You
selected.
go to your equipment.
Oh, and
and
okay.
Check it.
And then it'll automatically do the AC
And
thing.
then just unequip your other shield. So
Okay.
I think
That
if you
doesn't
have
stack.
2 things.
No, it doesn't stack.
It might override though. If
Yeah.
one's lower. Yeah.
Shield.
Hey, Evil Ed. Thanks.
That.
All right.
All right. I think I did it. Do I need to unclick the other one, or do you think it's?
Yeah, you
you
should
can unclick
unclick
it.
it.
Just to
I
make
think
sure.
it takes the higher one, but yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
so
you
much.
should
It's
have
good.
So she gives
Okay.
you a little AC boost. So
Thank
it'll make it
you.
harder to hit and make you.
All right. So, a little swap of equipment there.
Yes, and then I should heal people before we follow blood trails, maybe. Let's see. Why don't I do? I'll do mass cure wounds, which is 3d8 plus 5.
So you get to roll that, and then we all.
5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18.
Nice.
Oh, feeling a little better. What was that, 18?
18, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm feeling much better.
That
now.
help a little?
All right, so your like healing light adds a little bit more to the space momentarily and makes it a lot easier for the other four of you, as Avadon is there with you quietly, to see that blood trail that leads out into the darkened hallway to your north east.
You know, sound like Ash Baby. Little
Nice.
fucking thing.
Zan will do his normal scout ahead and move stealthily if we can.
Okay.
I'll be in the back.
All right, everybody roll.
Larry's gonna back him up.
All right, everybody roll me some stealth checks, please.
You'll probably have to roll it twice.
Oh,
You
wait.
take the lower of the. I'm assuming because you're in heavy armor
So,
or medium.
what went out? Medium?
It should say next to your skill whether you have disadvantage or not if you printed it.
Yeah, if it doesn't mix in the skill,
Stealth.
if it doesn't have a
Minus
D,
1.
You don't have disadvantage.
Oh, I don't have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Right. It's just minus 1.
Yeah, just
Alright.
minus.
So 5.
Avadon got an 18.
19.
19 as well.
23.
No, sorry, I only rolled once.
Okay.
Oh
We
shit!
got 5.
Fuck, what is it?
Nat.
30.
Too bad that it's disadvantage.
Why do you have disadvantage?
Because I'm in the armor that I'm wearing,
Oh.
even though it's medium, it's
Pots
it's
of
that
sense.
red. Yeah, it's that red dragon scale armor.
So
But
as
it's
you,
a 20 anyways. It's 19 plus.
okay. So as you begin to head down the hallway, quietly stepping forward, you notice that like the darkness as you go through, there are other lights on the walls that light up as you go. So the hallway begins to lighten when you approach, and you can see about 15 feet. Nope. I was wrong because this is a fucking 10-foot goddamn map, which is fucking me up.
You can see through walls.
30 feet or so long hallway that at the end of it, like I said, it's dark, like very dark, and the lights on the wall are helping, but as you go you can then see the end of the hall and it begins to open up into a larger space.
Keep going nice and slow.
Is there only one way in and out of the larger space? Like, is it like a straight through that opens up, or is it like we're opening up into a room, like a?
So the hallway kind of like ends, and then you can tell that it's an open. There's a room at the other end.
Okay, so it's just like an open.
Yeah, as far as you can tell.
Can Zan quietly and stealthily try to approach and see if he can hear or see anyone before they know we're coming?
Okay. I won't make you roll again because it was only 30 feet, but you can make a perception check.
Nice.
24.
I think they had a little hop to it too. Did you see
It
that?
kind of bounced.
It was like 17.
Yeah, so as you head down the hallway and start to get a little, you like kind of put your hand up to let the rest of the group know to shut the fuck up, and then you head towards the end, and as you begin to approach that space, you can hear the sounds of movement, and then also you can see light coming in that room. Even though the lights are not on yet, you see light, and like you can hear the crackling of a fire coming from the other end of the room. So you can see that there's light and there's like crackling fire, and then you can also hear like the movement of stone, just like, and rocks falling, just little pebbles that like hit the ground. But this is before you enter the room, so you can't see.
Can't
unless
see
you're going
unless we're going
the end
into
of the
it.
hallway. Yeah.
Alright. Zan will slowly take a step into the room.
Okay. So as you step to the end of the hallway and then put your foot into the room, the lights in that room all go on, and you can see that you're in a room about, again, another square shape, so about 40 feet across and 40 feet, like a solid square. Directly to your left, as you step into the room, you can see that there is the hallway continues on, although into darkness, and then about 10 feet away or so, there's another opening that you can't see into another hall, so it, your angle.
So it's like a
Like
turn.
this,
and
like
then,
it goes, but you can't see what's in there. Looking into the room itself, you're immediately aware of the fact that there are blood streaks, like you follow the blood streaks, and then you see the bloody footprints that are headed into the darkness along straight that way to the north.
To the north.
Yeah. And then looking over, you can see that there's blood like scattered everywhere, and you immediately are made aware also of the reason for that blood. As standing in front of you are 3 humanoid figures, 2 of which appear to be these like misshapen statues of clay and stone, and a third that appears to be made entirely of fire. And as you step into the room, you hear the shifting of stone as the 2 that are, like, they have blood on, like, what would be their arms, turn and look at you, and then begin to head in your direction. I'm gonna need...
The blood trail definitely
It goes
keeps
north.
going. It doesn't stop
There's,
in
like,
this
blood
room.
everywhere in this room.
But the trail.
But the trail goes, like,
We've gone the wrong way.
you see footsteps heading to the north.
What a loss. We'll go back to the elevator.
Just follow.
And I need everybody to roll initiative. As I
No chance.
Yikes.
It's not bad.
You go first this time.
Go ahead.
No, you go. You were first last time.
So what? I've always figured I'm starting one. Shot on crazy.
I've always rolled shit for
Luckily, it's an
initiative.
easy square room, so I can just quickly throw down. I don't know. I can't do math.
It's 8 inches if it's
Yeah.
40 feet.
So I'm gonna go with what I can see. Right. Unicorn.
So is he the only one that saw saw those blood up? Not the golems or whatever they are. That saw the blood.
You can see the blood on the floor, like in the hallway, because it's leading toward down the hall from the room that you were in. But you.
But
Would
he's in the
be-
room and we're kind of constrained by the hall. Gotcha.
Yeah. So.
Isn't it so cool to like pull out the little minis and
Zan, do you want to be kicking or regular today?
Actually, I think there's a third one too.
I
Isn't
think
So
there
we
is.
should all have three.
Is this one?
We should all have, I think,
Is
three
this you?
different ones of
No,
those.
that's
Oh.
Micaiah.
Oh,
I think there was one.
I think we have.
Yeah.
There's another one just kind of chilling with the bow.
chilling, loading the bow.
Because we're in here, I'll just go regular, no bow.
Standard.
Yeah.
Standard Zan.
Have you been playing with the Hero Forge at all? Or
I have.
Isn't it
It's
so much fun?
Yeah.
It's the best
Oh, there's
thing
another one.
when you're at, I don't know what you do for work, but when you're at work, you don't feel like doing it, and you're like,
Mhm.
hide out in the bathroom for like 10 minutes, and then you just start like playing with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
Alright.
I really like the fact that you have these blocks now to like make impromptu maps.
I do also like that they're about 2 inches, so, because I was like nervous about that before. I'm like, fuck, I didn't pay attention to how big these blocks are. They're gonna screw me, but actually 2 inches is great. I can't use it for a small 5-foot wall, but I can use it for this. So you can't see any further down there, but it continues this way.
And we came up this way.
Yep.
See, I love
For
the
which
love the little touches of
Evil
green.
Ed just gifted
Love the
2
little
tier
touches.
1 subs.
Hey, you got
Thank
2
you.
more inspiration, which I will give to you.
Which path is the blood going down?
So the blood. Are you this one?
Yeah.
Alright, so you are here. Actually, you all can put yourself. She's going to be in the back. So you
She's gonna
can
be
put
right
yourselves,
behind-
but the
I'm
blood
right
is going
behind
this
Zed.
way, to the
And
north.
put me behind Avadon because I was bringing up the rear.
I'm going to
Okay,
get
I'm
like a
probably in
little
front of her.
compass thingy. Actually, here, we'll say that this
Solidly
is
in the middle.
facing north.
Knife faces north.
Yeah.
Sounds like something George R. R. Martin would write.
Yeah.
Alright, let's switch to the battle cam, shall we?
Oh shit, that's going.
Do you want the battle
oh.
cam light?
Huh?
Do you want the battle cam light?
Oh no, it's okay. Alright, let's switch. Oh, I can take the. Yeah,
There is
yeah,
not a
thank
lot
you.
to do for
I'm like,
a
oh, bright yellow thing in the middle of the friggin' screen. Okay, let's transition to that, and then I will put down what all you can see, which includes. We're just gonna pretend that these are bookshelves instead of weapon racks. And there is also a table in this room.
I'm nervous and screaming.
I already got to pee again, and that's only because I'm nervous.
These are bookshelves, not weapon
Whenever
racks.
she starts laying down tiles and that music kicks on,
It's it. It's time.
it's like Pavlov's dog. It's like, every time she puts on that,
Oh,
that
Sour Patch Kids.
roll for initiative. Oh god, I gotta pee. That's my excuse. Shut up. Hey. This will be 5. Well, I'm actually not. You can have 1. So I've drank 4 of those today so far. Leave me alone.
Dude, I've known you for 20 years. Has nothing to do with the water or initiative.
It does. Let me live my dream. Alright? I'm a simple man.
Alright, thank you, Evil Ed, as they have gotten even more initiative, inspiration from your gifts. And I'm going to throw these in on.
That's such a cool idea.
Oh, the little stand-ups.
Yeah, just
Yeah, 2D stand-ups. I always get
So
ads for those type of things on like Facebook and whatnot.
Yeah, I have been building an arsenal of these for 2 years,
Nice.
and now finally can use them. So they don't have very far to go.
No, they do not.
Um,
They are right.
Oh, it's crowded in here.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming that that's not relative size, like they're.
That is how big they are.
Oh shite! Okay.
So as you
So
come
they're-
in, you see
Giants.
they are like almost scraping the ceiling with how tall
And the ceilings were
they
high.
are, about 10 feet.
About 10 feet. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, you are tiny compared to these large elementals that have taken up the space in this room.
I'm pretty big and I'm still tiny.
I am going to make the battle cam zoom in, so don't freak out, everybody, on the screen. As I zoom
He's
in.
double-sided.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. That's cool. Do we still have a dat bum though?
I'm sorry.
Do we still have a dat bum though in reserve?
I don't think so,
Oh.
but
I just wanted to have to hear you describe either stony or fiery as cheats. That's all.
all right. Let me get you 2 more inspiration. Tony.
I thought she was gonna say 2
"Hey,
more
the
of
two
those
more
things.
monsters.
Did you get 2 more? Hold
More
on.
butts.
I don't know where I put them.
She slaps down a dragon.
Everything is-
How to get into this room? I don't know.
Oh, there's
Oh,
nice.
All right.
Go ahead.
Oh no.
2 more inspiration for you.
One's down.
Oh,
So sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I can do it. It's a little
hands
bit
of
complicated.
God.
I got it right?
No, some of them are a little bit tight.
I'm not touching anything ever again.
It's okay. Okay, so
Maybe they're nice.
You hear the grinding, as I mentioned, of stone as the elementals turn, and then the fire like roars as it grows, and the room brightens dramatically. And we are going to switch to battle music as you all tell me what you rolled for initiative.
I rolled a 17. I just decided to start if you're going to go around.
Alright,
This is a different battle music.
who is next?
Like always, Zan rolled horrible. That's a 7.
I
Okay.
rolled a 3 originally.
I got a 15.
Okay,
I have 14.
15.
If I had my roll was a 16, so it would have
14.
14, 15, 16.
And
We're
I'm
so
gonna
cute.
roll for Avadon, who got a 16. Okay. Alright, and then my little buddies. My little friends. Let's see what they rolled.
Are these always 5 feet wide or 10 feet? I'm
Always
assuming?
10.
10, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it should be about 10 feet.
Okay.
So, yeah,
I know we can
those
move
are-
through each other anyways, I just wanted to make sure.
Alright, and I'll roll one more time because I'll separate the fire from the earth.
Wind, water, heart.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Powers combined.
Alright.
If Micaiah was here, I wonder how
Alright.
shaped stone. You, ground.
Oh,
Sorry.
No,
I had
go
a
ahead.
Question. If I wanted to do Emboldening Bond, do I have to wait till my turn, or can I just do it now?
Yeah. on your
what
turn.
is Emboldening Bond?
It's an action. It's not a spell, but it's choose up to 4 willing creatures within 30 feet of you, and you make a magical bond for 10 minutes. And once per turn, they can roll a d4 and add it to their attack roll.
Okay,
Oh
yeah.
shit, that's
It's
cool.
a-
That's like
Ability check or a saving throw, basically.
that's awesome. So that's like a bless kind of, right?
It's
like
like-
like a
yeah.
enhanced bless.
You can only use it once per turn, but it's like an extra bless. Like bless is
Yeah,
always.
so you
that
can-
one
oh,
uses-
yeah.
You can only use it.
So
once.
I do that when it's my turn?
Yeah, on your turn. Alright, Arik.
Right, he's gonna come up next to Zan. When I see that blood that's on the ground,
Yes, and it's
right
going.
there. Like I don't have to roll for it or nothing.
No, it is. There's blood all over, like
But
where
the
you're
specific
kind of
the
standing.
trail that we were specifically
the
following.
boot trail is going to the north.
Oh, so it's like footprints.
It's footprints.
Oh, that's even better. Okay, because I thought maybe he was dragging a body or something. And it goes around the corner or straight?
Goes straight north. Yeah.
Straight this. Oh, straight north.
Mhm.
Arik is gonna yell out. We have a mission. Don't stop. Follow the trail. And he's gonna like point with his shield. Can everybody see him from here? I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay. And he's gonna post up right here
Okay.
and raise his shield. And he'll ready an action for if this steps into his range to hit him with his sword.
All right. Okay. So next up is Avadon. What is Avadon doing?
Of course, she's gonna probably dash past him.
Okay.
Is why.
Is there anything shiny in the room? Is what I would ask.
So
To be fair, if that's what she would ask, is there anything shiny in the room?
I think with these things in the room, I don't think she'd be thinking shiny.
Well, so Avadon running into the room, like
Well,
hearing.
Val doesn't know.
Suddenly, Arik yells out, like, we have a mission, and you can hear noises coming from the room. She runs in, would see 2 hulking, and then
Just
like
duck out?
fire behind, just like making it even more dramatic in the room as this elemental is like waving its elemental arms around and lighting up the room. I would say she probably she can't see if there's
She's gonna do the fuck this shit, I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Not gonna lie, that is a scary as hell room.
yeah.
If we didn't have that blood trail, I'd have been like, shit, we gotta look for clues now.
Alright, so she is running down the hallway. Next we have the stone elementals.
Is this room one size and then the hall can they
Nope,
walk
it's
down
10
that hallway?
feet. It's 10 feet as far as you can tell. What you have seen, it's all the same level.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like a large.
They are
creature.
large creatures, yes.
Yeah, so they can fit into a 10-foot space.
Yeah.
I was just seeing if they couldn't fit in the hallway. If it was just like we walk into like a bigger open room
yeah,
and then the
is the
hallways
height-
like are lower.
Yeah, is the height of the
it's all
hallway the same?
10 feet.
It
So
wouldn't
this
make
one's
sense to
gonna
have a
move
security
this way.
system that you can outrun.
This one's gonna move up to you.
Does my attack just trigger?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'll roll this plus 23 to hit.
That does hit.
It's almost a question mark there.
Yes, that's scary. I will not lie. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I thought it was a D4. Oh, my zealot damage. That's right. It was attack rolls too. It's not damage, is it?
I didn't cast it yet.
I wasn't even thinking of that. I was thinking of what you call it. 2. Just remember 2. Another 2. So 12 points of damage.
Alright.
8,
Don't forget all of your
12.
inspiration you can use to add onto your attack rolls.
Sorry, 13 points of damage. I forgot it's 1 plus a d6.
Alright.
I'm still doing this zealot shit. Before he does that, he'll quietly and very, very quickly say a very short one-line thing to the red lady.
Okay.
You know,
A thing.
red lady help me. Red lady help me.
Second attack? What's your second attack?
That only doesn't work when it triggers as a.
No, you're holding your action.
So that
so your action
triggers.
is
I thought it was only one when you. I'm not gonna
No,
question. I'll do it again. Fine.
Yeah, no, opportunity.
I'm not even gonna ask anymore. Okay. Opportunity attacks only.
Yeah, if you get 2 attacks and as you're held.
It's good to know that because I think I fucked that up in the past.
Sounds like you might have, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
This is what happens when I don't sit next to you.
Yeah, it does. You should see me and Lauren. There's a bunch of stuff me and Lauren together have probably missed. 26.
Yep, that hits.
8 plus 5 is another 13.
Alright.
Look at that. That's all numbers that time.
So
13
you.
and 13 for 26 total.
So you, it starts lumbering towards you, and you begin hacking and slashing. At the moment, like your attacks, you cut off a little chunk of stone that goes against the floor, and then another swing, and you hit it. And this thing is just keeps like nothing has happened to it.
He's just
It
go,
is-
go,
keeps
go.
moving forward,
Run.
and it is going to slam you. Yes, it is going to slam you with it. Just reaches up and goes.
Oh,
with
God. Okay, I thought you meant like pick me up and just like.
No, and
It's
then
like King
slam
Kong.
with another.
Okay.
Let's do these 2 dice. Why not? Oh, there's one in there. I'm gonna do my 2 special dice that I love. Alright, first attack is stuck on the wall. Reroll. First attack by. Oh, yeah, you can put those in the order. That's awesome.
I must have fucked that up so many times because I really thought when you triggered.
First attack is a natural 1, and the second attack is a natural 4.
Oh shit.
So, even with the add-ons, which are significant, it just, like, you take the shield and are like, ting, and then the next one just kind of goes, like, over your head. As
Can I? We're right next to the corner. Can we do the just for flavor that classic when you duck and like the enemy takes out just the corner?
Yeah.
Right where your
Remember
head
the
is.
axis? Yeah. So there's like a perfect. I'm just gonna say gold. Golem.
They're elementals.
Elementals.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like the knuckles. I'm gonna see like the knuckles. Perfect.
Zan, 2 swings against you.
Oh shit! I forgot you were in the room. I thought you went already.
To the next one is a 22 and a 21.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Both of those hit. As you,
This is okay though, because Zan gets fucked up in every fight. Like, always, he takes so much damage.
He takes all the damage. Yet he dishes out. Yet he's probably killed more enemies than any of us. But he's always doing it like hopping on one leg, like fuck, at like 3 health, like
I
3
didn't hear
HP.
no bell.
3 HP, but he's still mollywopping motherfuckers. I really have to update my sheet. I still have my level 9 sheets that I'm using. I gotta print them out.
Fine, son.
Yeah, I know.
28 points of bludgeoning damage. I'm sorry. I'm
God,
sorry.
he just
I wasn't
got-
expecting it, so I was like, oh. 28 points as, like, you just caught off guard by the 2 and then looking back to make sure everybody is like, going. Look, just a split second where you're not paying attention, and it takes you, it catches you off guard the amount that it hurts. Like, you know it's a stone elemental, you know elementals are no joke and nothing to mess with, and as it's coming towards you, like, you turn back and its hand of rock that is already smeared with blood of someone else just comes and right in the side of your head as you get pushed back, and then the next one is coming too soon for you to react, even you, and gets you right on the stomach.
Zan's rethinking that whole not wearing armor thing.
No. And now it is Val's turn.
What's the ceiling look like? Is this just a square stone room?
Yeah.
There's nothing on the ceiling that like could be brought down on them.
It is a stone. Yeah, it's stone, and they are made of stone. So more stone may not help you in that moment.
They just get bigger.
Need a water gun. All right, I'm going to do my crimson right on my crossbow, so I take 4 damage from that. All right, gotta watch out for that. It's better than the full 8. And then I'm going to take a shot at which one hit Zan? That one?
One right in front of him. Yeah.
Take a. Yeah, that's gonna miss.
Don't forget you can add a D4 to it. Oh no, who were the people you chose? Oh, you haven't.
I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, see,
Right.
that's what I
Sorry.
thought.
almost my turn.
I feel a little bit better about myself now that I know that I got Pat too.
I'm glad everyone's really excited about it. Our
It's a
will
cool
be excited
spell.
about it too.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste any inspiration. A 10
So much.
it's made of yeah, but it's like, how much are these? Or
1d4.
You're gonna have to
1d4?
burn half of them.
Right, exactly. I'm gonna have to burn half of them to like get in a shot.
Just by the way she said, if a 23 hit, she was like,
Alright, I'm just gonna shoot again. I'm gonna use this one.
Duck Arwell.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It is zipping by Arwell's
12.
head.
Yeah, I wanna. Don't wanna. Yeah, fuck it. Give me.
Well,
It's a 9.
aren't you
Oh
like
shit!
a plus
I'm looking
7?
I was looking at my initiative. Hold on.
We're
So
all
that-
very
that should be
tired.
six.
I'm so sorry.
So the
Oh wait, all right.
the first one would have been 14 to hit, and this one's 16 to hit.
Yes.
See, you don't have to sit next to you to know. He's.
I'm usually on top of this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm staring at my initiative
I just
number.
knew that like,
so it's
you
like
use your crossbow. There's no way that your crossbow's only a +3 to hit.
Right,
I was
yeah,
like, there's
yeah,
no
yeah.
way.
Yep.
Pat's
so
up late at night studying your
it's a
sheets.
+7.
Studying everyone's sheet. I'm just studying the book, like cover to cover.
All right. What did you get?
All right. So
Ultimately.
first one was a 14.
Shit, doesn't matter. If you're studying your
Um,
sheets, please do.
I'm assuming that still doesn't hit. So I'm gonna take 2 of these.
What was it that you got?
And what was it again?
It's 1d4.
1d4. Pass
I'll
that.
take those back. Thank you, Evil Ed. Your inspiration
Thank
are being used now.
14.
Did you
Two
roll
ones.
double one? How? Oh man, this is gonna be a rough day.
So that still doesn't hit, presumably.
Are you? Are you done? Are you gonna add any more? I'm not gonna tell you whether it hits unless.
No,
you
I know. I'm
Are
thinking.
you done?
I'm thinking. So that was 16, and yeah, we'll see if that hits. I get that.
Okay. This is a crossbow.
Yes.
Okay, so you raise the crossbow. Are you still down the hall?
I'm
okay,
way
you're
back
way
here.
back. And like shoot into the room, which is very, very bright, and you can see this large creature. And the bolt hits the stone, but then it just goes off. It does hit it, but it goes to the side.
And it's imbued with lightning damage. Does that do anything?
No, so it didn't.
So we know it's between 16 and 23.
Yeah, it did not
Yeah, another one was 16.
find purchase.
Right? What did I say I roll for that?
Yeah, the
It was
second
a
one was
16.
16.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fuck it. Ping, ping.
Any movement?
Nope, I'm staying back here.
They told you to run. You did catch that, right?
And I can catch up once everybody goes.
All right. It is
I still got my fancy shoes.
Arwell's turn.
Remember, you can't
Okay,
run through them.
Arwell is
They're
going to
large,
cast
I thought I could
Emboldening
run.
Bond.
If they block you off, you're fucked.
You can only run through a creature 2 times bigger than you.
It's a halflings, and
And-
halflings are the only ones that can run through one size larger.
Well, I hope my sacrifice will be for a good cause.
I mean, you
Sorry,
are a
Arwell.
blood magic
No, that's okay.
user. There's plenty of blood.
And I only have one slot left that I can actually use on these guys because they don't have blood. So I have like one special thing that allows me to use it. I only have one spot. One spot.
Sorry.
Your
Sorry
turn.
about
It's
that.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Emboldening Bond.
Pointless stuff.
It's up to 4 creatures, so I'll cast it on everyone who's not me.
That you can see.
Within 30 feet of me.
Does it say just within 30 feet or within 30 feet that you can see?
It's
Just-
just 30 feet.
Okay.
For 10 minutes or until you use this feature again. While any
She did
bonded
this
creature is
She's
within
doing it.
within 30 feet of another, once per turn they can roll a d4 and add it to an attack roll, ability check, or a saving throw.
So you're just gonna want to check because Avadon may be
Avadon is too
outside.
far.
So you can
If
move
you-
forward. If you
Oh,
move-
okay.
you can
I was planning
move
to
and-
run to try
Okay.
to get
But when
around.
you
So, like,
cast
when
it, you'll
you're-
have to be within.
Oh, okay.
We can say like if you're planning on running, you would cast it like the moment that you look back, you see Val as you're running down the hallway. You can see that he's pretty close. You look and you can see Avadon, and in that moment as you're running, you cast
So that, I get
so that you
somebody.
get everybody that you wanted, and you just keep going.
How long
have-
does this last?
10 minutes, I think. you said.
10 minutes.
Do you have to be within 30 feet at all times, or just for the casting?
Casting.
Well, we have to be within 30 feet of one another. Wait. Any bonded creature is within 30 feet of another.
Oh, so
So any
So it's
so you can
Buddy?
leapfrog
As
it,
long
yeah.
as you're
Within-
within 30
So as
feet.
long
Yeah.
as Avadon's within 30 feet of me, and I'm
Right.
within 30.
Alright, so
I just didn't know if you were the focal point, because then that
No.
means that we tactically we have to kind of go again.
Right.
full movement you can get up to next to Auric.
Alright. And so I believe that puts Val like right at the cusp of where this magic will.
I was gonna say yeah, because if he's
Yeah.
within 30 feet of Zan, he'll be covered.
No,
Alright.
when they cast it, they have to be within
Anything
30 feet of them. And
else?
then
Oh,
Alright.
as she
That
running,
you
she's
wanted to
casting.
do, or
I think that's it. Just
It's
cast that and move.
no, it's cast.
all right.
It's not concentration.
It is
It's a
the
nice-
fire elemental's turn.
Oh boy.
So, this little buddy is they move fast.
Shite.
Ooh. Okay. I did read about these, but there's so much I'm trying to keep track of here. All right, so this is going to move through, and it's going to actually stop on top of you in your space. Zan.
Oh, damn.
Zan's getting Night at the Roxbury.
So you just
This
see
is like that
like
meme.
you get hit
The
by
girl on the
these.
couch.
You get hit by the elemental, it slams in, knocking the wind out of you. Look up, and it's like the elemental consumes the fire elemental consumes the earth elemental for a moment, and it's like this monstrosity of stone fire coming through it, almost like goes through and around it, and then comes around and just envelops you. You immediately take you immediately take 7 points of fire damage, and you are on fire.
Shit.
In addition to that, it actually is going to do the same. It moved through that little one, so it's going to, that one takes some damage. And it is then going to, you just feel it heat up, and it is going to hit you twice. Actually, it doesn't even hit you, you're just going to take. That is a natural 20 and an 11.
We are going to have to drag his corpse now.
This is fire damage.
Fire
right?
damage.
I will use my reaction to cast Absorb Elements to give me resistance to fire damage.
Alright, so you take
Oh boy.
It's just not good.
12 plus 3, 15 points of fire damage, reduced to half. 7.
So 7.
7 points of fire damage as this thing has stopped on you. And Arik and Arwell, I mean everyone, you just look and can see that suddenly Zan is on fire. And not only is he on fire, but this 10-foot tall like creature, you can see eyes that kind of like shift in and out of the space about like 7 or so feet up. This creature is just standing there.
Chilling on top of me.
Zan, it is your turn.
Zan is feeling the heat right now, and we are trying to GTFO, so Zan will bonus action Misty Step.
I just imagine that meme where it's the dog drinking the coffee. He's like, this is fine. And just the house is burning around him. Just another day.
I will come out here, and if I'm still on fire, I will use my action to put myself
Okay.
out.
Alright, you don't need to roll for that. Alright, so Avadon also standing there is like trying to help you.
And she
Right
likes
behind-
fire too.
As you were in this hallway, so looking also just for area understanding, the lights go on, you know, as you keep going, and then right behind you, like you stop and kind of look, and there are steps that descend down where you're standing. Like they start to go down. And the lights are.
The night is
on.
going.
You've triggered my trap card.
And then at the end of that hallway there, that Arwell, you were standing from, there is a door, like right there at the end. I just didn't put it. All right, we are at the top of the initiative order. Arik.
He's gonna yell to Val. Val, you're the last. Let's go.
Val, I don't believe you have the benefit. At the moment, you don't have the benefit of what Arwell did. You'd have to get closer.
I'll be fine. Just go.
All right, and he's gonna He's still disengage. Is that the only one that could hit me is this one, right? Correct.
Yes.
And if I disengage as an action, so it's not like I could pull Arwell with me.
You disengage as an action. Yeah.
All right, and then he'll say the same thing to Arwell. Let's move back, retreat, and he's gonna move backwards, keeping his shield high still, in case they do follow.
Okay.
And he'll He'll stop right there just because I don't want to leave Avadon exposed.
Okay. All right, it's Avadon's turn.
Abaddon, I think, would keep running.
All right.
It's like I back up like you're right there.
You said run!
So she's gonna run down the stairs. Okay, you can take her off the board. Actually, for a second. Next we have the elementals, the rock elementals. All right, so interestingly, actually, Arwell, you are right there. So this one is gonna step forward
I should have stayed for Arwell.
just to make space, and it's going to attack you twice. This one is like. It just starts, kind of like shifting over, but
It's like
it
bumping it.
stops there.
Do they make noises or anything?
They just sound almost like rolling stone on the ground. Just.
Can't get no.
All right. So this is an attack on you. Arwell, 2 attacks as it slams forward with its rock arms. We have a 21 to hit and a 16.
My armor class is 16. Is that what it's
Okay, so both hit. And you.
You'd think like it's your armor class, it wouldn't hit, but it does.
Yeah, just
Meets it, beats it.
I tried. That's why I gave you that shield.
I know, you beefed up my shield a little bit.
You take a total of 15 points of bludgeoning damage as you're like trying to look out for Val for a moment. Just you're the healer. You got to make sure everybody's okay. And then you look up and try to duck
Group mom.
as
Oh no!
both rock arms just slam into your side and then the other side, and all you can think of is like Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Oh my goodness.
Oh jeepers!
Inside her armor, it's like Indiana Jones running through a temple, like, whoa!
I don't know why I think Midwest mom. Like, you know what I mean?
All right.
Mom energy.
Oh gosh. Oh no. Don't you know?
So that is all that one can do. It is Arwell's. It's your turn. Oh wait.
Wait. Oh.
I'm sorry, I lied. You know what? Okay. Here's what's gonna happen.
They fight each other.
For a moment, Arwell, even though you can barely see, you just watch as this one here just goes down into the stone ground and disappears into the stone. You hear the grinding of stone, but you don't even see any change to the stones that are underneath as it just goes quiet. All right, now it is your turn.
I would like to run away.
So in normal combat, if you're normally within 5 feet of a creature, if you go to run, they get what's called an attack of opportunity.
Oh no.
But you can, as your action, disengage, which prevents that from happening. You just can't do any other action.
I
It's
can so disengage and
Yeah.
run away.
and then run
You
away.
can, like,
That's exactly what I
actively
would like to
try
do.
not to get hit.
So it's what I did. And
So
I left you alone to get hit.
You can, so you can duck out of the way there, pulling away from the fire,
Good luck.
and running down the stairs past. All right.
Let's go, Val.
Next we have the fire
I was
elemental.
gonna say, like, run along the wall.
So as you are standing there looking, let's see, you see the fire just very
Wait, didn't
loud.
I have a turn before the fire guy?
You do. Did I not give you your turn?
No.
Your turn.
I was gonna say.
Oh, you're.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're supposed to go before our one.
Oh, yeah, you're
we
supposed to
have
go before
we
our-
have this neat
I
initiative
thought
tracker.
I thought I went behind after Avadon, but I'm like, maybe I didn't.
No,
but I'm like, I
you
definitely
go,
went
you go
before
after
the fire.
You go after the rock elementals. I skipped your thing there.
Okay.
So Val, what are you doing?
Since they're blocking my way, can you roll out 75 feet for me, my good man?
75 or 70?
70. Hold on. What's their? Let me do some math here.
35 doubled,
70. My bad.
so 14 inches.
Yeah. I'm gonna blow them a kiss,
What are you using?
And I am stepping into the ethereal plane,
Gotcha.
and I'm just floating.
Okay. You
You can go right through walls too and everything.
Oh,
Yep,
that's
so
good.
I'm like
What's
behind
that
sand, like.
When you do this,
What's that
Burn,
called?
like
That's
Mr.
cool.
Burns,
Ah,
bring
it's
me
a-
peace and love.
Yeah. He brings peace and love. Break his legs. That is ether walk.
That's cool. Can you do that? How many times can you do that?
I need a short rest now, and I am stuck in this plane till for 2 rounds.
Okay. So yeah,
Hold on,
you.
you're stuck in this plane or the left?
I'm stuck in
He's
the
stuck in the
ethereal
ethereal
realm until
plane
for 2 rounds.
realm. So you like
Supposed to-
shift yourself, like focus for a moment and shift, and everything around. When you open your eyes, everything around you is almost like this ghostly. It has almost like a ghostly sheen about it. Very strange. You can see.
Kind of like the upside down.
Yeah,
Oh, so you see
except
us,
not
but-
scary at
Right.
all. It's like ghostly, so you can see the fire, like, and it's
See
almost like
Master
things are
Puppets
slowed
playing.
down a little bit. You can see the fire elemental like roiling in the room. You can see the
Like I think
stone
I go
of
to the border
the
ethereal plane
rock
to be
elemental
careful.
like continuing to move, and you somewhat see the other one that is under the ground, and it's just kind of like moving slowly in a circle.
Is it moving? So it's in the. It's between planes.
No, you just can see it under the
Oh, okay.
like you can see strange things in the ethereal plane. So you just kind of like walk through the stone, and
I'm not actually
Through
swimming
the,
through the stone. It sounds like in the
it's
Frighteners.
not, it's
when
not
Michael.
water. It's
No,
ethereal.
but there is no up and down in the ethereal plane. Like you. Can,
Right.
If I wanted to go to the floor below, I could just.
Yeah, so you think about it, you just kind of like float essentially
Yeah,
through the stone and through the wall.
I like the idea that you don't have to, but Val thinks he has to.
Jesus. No one said this wasn't right.
No one can see you, so
You do whatever you want
Just
there.
swimming.
except another ghost that's like walking through and is like. "Ugh."
Yeah. It's like ghost of the cigarette. Oh.
Okay, again.
New guys.
All right. Anything else you're doing?
Unless there's something to kill in this plane, I got nothing to do.
Okay.
Ghost Rider.
Zan, it's your turn, right?
Yeah, I think I'm after everyone else.
You're after the fire, so that's all the fire did was just kind of stand in the corner, making loud noises.
So he's just gonna
Me at
yell.
a party. Like me at a party.
Pointing, the fire just sitting there like.
Again, Ghost Rider.
Yeah, he'll just yell to Arik, "Let's go," and then head down the stairs. Put distance between us and them.
I don't know if they can see what I
I was
did.
gonna say, ours is not.
I mean,
I said go.
Zan's just going on the opinion because the blood trail went, but they stayed here in the dark. That they won't follow us. That's why Zan's running.
All right, so you're running down the stairs. All right, so
Gonna
you don't
follow Avadon.
run down the stairs as
Arwell.
well. Okay. And
I make
Top
it
of
to
the round.
stairs. I just put myself next to Zan.
yeah, you would have made
Yeah,
it
you-
because you go straight. You didn't have to make any turns.
You're my anchor to this realm.
Arik does not know that Val can do that or has done that.
You heard Val yell out, "Just go." So
Oh, I did. Okay, you did that.
And then
Yeah, he
Zan
did.
said, "Let's go."
Alright. He doesn't understand what Val did, so he's gonna go, but reluctantly.
okay.
It's like I said, he doesn't understand Val. I'm like, I used basic.
All right,
So
so
he'll
you like look at the stone and the fire, and you can see them standing at the edge of this room, and they are not moving forward, but just standing there, and you can see like the blood of your,
Part of me, out of game, definitely wants to like test it and like pick up a rock and be like, "Mwah." Just to see what'll happen, but I'm not gonna do that.
There's just a moment where you see a little bit
Rumbles
of
and
like
little
gore
ones
that was on the hand of the rock element, just like kind of drips down to the floor. And not
that-
yours, because that was the one that was attacking you. So not Zan. It's not
So it's
Zan.
not
somebody
Zan's
else.
blood.
Someone else.
Okay.
And they just stand there, and then you descend down the stairs.
He's gonna keep his eyes on that. He's gonna back down the stairs and say, "I really just wish I had a slingshot. See what happens."
Yeah, immediately after that, Zan's gonna take a little healing potion, a little something.
You taking a healing potion? All right. So as
That's a cool
you
spell.
you all descend the stairs quickly, and
So is that a cleric thing? Cleric feature? Well, because you're you said you were a peace cleric, so it totally makes sense. I was thinking you were a life cleric.
So you go down the stairs and they descend, and the lights on the hallway, on the sides of the hall, are there, and then suddenly they go out. And Val, you actually you would think you had a couple more seconds, like in your head, you're kind of counting down to make sure that you stay, but you're suddenly just ripped.
Yeah, I don't want to be between walls.
No, you're
In the wall.
I take damage if I materialize
You're on-
with something.
Yeah, you're on the walkway with the group, and you just are suddenly ripped from the realm before you should have been. And you know this because you were counting down the best you could to keep track. And suddenly, as you're running,
So I just kind of appear out of thin air, like behind the group, like.
you're there.
As a matter of fact, Zan's actually gonna double fist, so he's gonna take another potion.
Okay. So you take two as you're running, and then all around you, it is suddenly dark. The lights have gone out, and you find yourselves standing on a walkway that appears to stretch across infinite space. There are thousands of stars that are twinkling in unfamiliar constellations to you, like looking up. This isn't the night sky that you are familiar with. You turn around and you can see the like the entrance, and it looks further away, like where you came down the stairs looks further away than it should. And looking around, it's just all around you is space. Looking down, it's just the whole thing, and you can see meteors just streaking across the sky, or the vastness of nothing that is around and above you.
Are we gonna meet Bogenhagen?
I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do, from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, yeah. No.
Sorry.
You're not.
Damn it. I was hoping. Copyright. Bogenhagen.
It's gonna have to.
TM.
It's gonna be beeped every time now.
So, you can see that, like, just past, like, where you're standing, a little bit further on, you can see a door that's just there to the left, right of you. So there's a door that is just in the nothingness of the space.
That was so confusing for a minute. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it
That was
is.
my
like-
face was like, what the fuck, huh?
And then 50 or so, like, feet, like, beyond that is, like, an intersection.
Can Zan still see the trail of blood? Which way the blood went?
You can. You can see, it just continues north.
So the trail, I'm sorry, so we came downstairs here, right? And it's just a straight, and then did you say it has an intersection?
Yeah.
There's a
I
door
can-
off to the left, you said?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot you had the screen, yeah.
No, I'm not going to show you there because I can't drill down into what I want to show you without showing you too much. So it is.
Do you want to draw on the notepad? Or are you going to actually
No,
make
I'm
it?
just gonna. You're in a hallway. These guys can go. It's just a straight hall, so yeah, it's about 10 feet.
Is it made of stone like the rest of the room that we just came from?
Yeah, everything around you is made of stone.
Except the ceiling is a vast star sky.
Oh yeah, so you're on a walkway. You can see, let's just say that the stairs, like, they ended behind you. Look, and they look very far away, but it's hard to describe. Like right about you all. Oops, I'm sorry. We'll say that you're like right about here.
No hating the DM.
Um,
She will kill us.
We'll say that there's a door here.
Hey,
And
rolled a
then-
1. Perfect
Yay!
place for hall hallucinations.
Oh god. There we go. We've missed you.
So the walkway splits off, or you said there was something nothingness, and then there's a door.
There's a door.
A floating door.
Yeah, it's just kind of like there's the walkway, and then there's just a door that like comes out of it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
So unique.
I thought you meant it was off the. Sorry to get like fucking so pedantic with it, but. Do you want to make sure if we're like, hey, let's go for the door? There's like not like a hollow, empty space that we just go, oh god.
So there's no walls on either side. Just to clarify, you are on a walkway with no walls on either side and a door that's sticking up, and then at the end, there appears to be like that it splits off into two, but it's hard to describe. The way that they have this written
But
is
the
very
blood
difficult.
is definitely going
The
north.
blood is going
How
that
wide
way.
is the walkway?
10 feet. Wide. And it's just a sudden shift that catches you off guard. All right, so there's a doorway there, and that's 50 feet. That I don't know how accurate that is. Not at all, probably, but we'll just say.
How hurt does Zan look like he's in really bad shape?
He probably looks about how he looked before.
So not great.
Not
Okay.
great, but I mean,
Bad enough to where Arik would like be like, hey, it's alright, I'll walk out on this one.
yeah, Zan
Okay.
just got pretty fucked up, so he's not
Okay.
gonna stop you.
Knowing that Zan usually takes lead on these kind of things, Arik is gonna like put his hand on his shoulder and just kind of like move past him. I'll kind of like put a foot on the walkway to make sure it's solid before I just go walking across.
Okay.
And if it is indeed solid, he'll take a step out and see what happens.
Okay.
Careful, friend. There is definitely an enchantment in this room. I was pulled out of the ethereal plane sooner than I should have been.
That's where you were.
All right. So you step out onto the path, and you just, for a moment, you're just standing in the middle of nothingness, and it's just a different feeling than you've ever had. Like you're standing in the middle of space, which is not a concept that the average person has typically. And there's something beautiful about it, but also, again, all those nights you all have, stayed up late to look up at the stars in your hometowns and as you were children, there's just something very alien about this sky, this nothingness. These constellations are not those that you're familiar with.
Two
Yeah.
questions. So obviously I don't float away.
No.
And two, do I still see the walkway now that I'm on it?
Yes, the walkway is still beneath your feet.
It's just kind of like Rainbow Road. That's one.
I was thinking like Indiana Jones and
But I
Last
still see
Crusade,
the
where you have to
walkway.
throw sand on it to see it.
Ira's gonna take a couple exploratory steps just to make sure that this isn't gonna like twist and
Okay.
I don't know. I imagine like when you go to the amusement park for some reason, or the haunted house, how it has like that twisty hallway for some reason with the stars, the bright
Oh, yeah.
lights.
Yeah.
Like that's the fear in my head. So he's gonna step, we'll say a quarter of the way, slowly and gingerly,
Okay.
looking backwards to make sure he can still see his people, his friends.
All right. Yeah. So you step out into the center of the walkway. You just keep walking. Nothing changes except again you're just getting the fact that there's no walls. Like you kind of reach out. And you confirm there are no walls here. You are standing on a walkway that, and like looking over, you can see stars underneath as well. Like it's just, you are in the middle of a void of some kind.
I was gonna sheathe his sword because Anema said he still had it up. He's gonna take one of his many daggers, and he's just gonna just because I'm curious, he's gonna toss it into space.
So you just expect to get to just float?
Well, kind of. We're in front. I mean,
Are
he's
you
in
like
space.
tossing it up, or are you tossing
Like
it out?
out.
In
like-
front of you or out? Into
Like
the
over the edge. Like he
Okay.
wants to see if it'll actually Art doesn't know that ground is in space. But I don't know. It'd be cool to just whip it out there and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
gonna write that one down.
Guess,
I'm gonna write that one down.
whip it out, see what happens.
the dagger goes flying out of your hand as you let it go, and then it just kind of tumbles out into the void and disappears beyond your view.
So it just keeps going forever?
No, it falls.
Oh, it falls down.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, dude, how cool would it be if it just like spiraled and for millennia until it eventually landed on a planet?
Or you just kind of go like this, and it's like,
It just hits me in the back of the head. Fuck.
No, you
4 piercing damage.
throw it, and then in the battle of Tiamat, just before she kills you, a dagger comes
just
out.
comes out.
Right in the eye.
Right before she eats you, it just goes right up her throat.
That's actually a really cool idea. Use that. That's so cool.
He did. He just dropped it to hell.
Yeah.
Roll a D100 to see what
This is
level
more
it
like
lands on.
this feels like heaven though. I already just kind of like look around a little bit and take in that sight because he's seen so many cool things on
You
this
all
journey.
stop and see Art throw a dagger out into the void.
I don't think I'm getting that back.
Got many of them, and he's gonna continue on. He'll go another. I don't know. We'll go up to like here, I guess. Slowly and gingerly, making sure that like that walkway's still there.
What are the rest of you doing?
Zam was probably gonna let him get about like 30 feet or so, and then he'll start making his way across as well.
Okay. Are you keeping a 30-foot distance from him at all times, or you
Don't
were
we
just
need
gonna?
to for that spell?
That only lasts for like 10 minutes though.
Technically, I think we should still have it.
Yeah.
About 30 feet, like
Okay.
give or take, like if it gets a little further. I'm mainly gonna keep him within 45 feet, just so that he's within
Okay.
my walking.
I can also cast that spell like 3 more times before we go into the long rest, so it's not a bad idea to stay somewhat close, just in case.
All right.
Bring it up the rear.
Are you are you going out as a group, or are you all maintaining 30 to 45 feet distance between each other as you're walking?
Arwa wants to be pretty close behind Stan because she's kind of like worried about him.
Okay. So how close?
Stan's leaving his own blood trail
Where are
across.
you?
Just adding.
Maybe like 5 or so feet.
Okay.
So they could like.
5 is one top. Would be like if you were 5 feet behind, you would literally be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe 10.
Yeah,
10
so
feet.
like
Far
10,
enough
10
that-
feet would be like
Like
one
10.
block.
Okay.
All right.
Usually we have
Val-
like the grid type thing, but we're not using that.
I would bring it. Yeah.
Like the stairs kind of end right.
So I don't know where Avadon is, but she.
Yeah, you guys would be technically
Reaching
be a
for the
little closer,
stars.
but just for
Shiny.
my view. All right. So as
So-
you all begin to head across,
Actually, I feel like she would be near someone she really knows. And since you went
I was
ahead
gonna
so
say, I was
far,
like, I should like wrap her tail around me, like and hunch, like Yoda on
and
my
then
shoulder.
I just kind of be.
Either that or she's gonna be right behind Harwell looking
For
on Charlie.
Is Charlie okay?
all right. So
Yeah, how's Chuck feeling?
as you are all heading across this this path, you can feel that the air is like cold and like very thin, but you can still breathe. It's not uncomfortable. It's just different.
You just walk.
Get out halfway.
And as you are stepping across, looking over the edge and just kind of in awe of whatever this is that you're stepping through, suddenly there is a like swarm of tiny meteors that shoot past, but directly in your path. Just all of a sudden, these things are coming across the path. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
We see this coming.
Has it been 10 minutes?
I don't believe so.
Alright, so that means
No, you just
people-
ran down the stairs and.
People near
Yeah.
Arwell, we got that D4 still.
And you said it was
Yes,
a
everyone
dex,
but me
You
does.
said it was a dex save.
Dexterity saving throw, yes.
Yes, I could do that with advantage. Oh! Not 30, baby.
All right, what did
Should I even
everybody
roll again? Like I have advantage.
Yeah, because you have a 1 in 400 chance of getting 2 nat 20s in a row.
No, it was 15.
get? All right, what did
Should've
everybody get?
flipped
22.
25.
4.
31.
Okay.
30.
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
for
get-
me
I
on a
cast it on
dex
everybody
save,
else,
only
so
because
I
I have
get that.
advantage on traps and spells and effects that I can see. What was that? What'd you say?
I was saying I don't get the extra thing because I didn't cast
Oh,
it
I didn't even
myself.
add that 1d4.
You're too far away.
Oh, yeah, I know.
All right.
Don't rain on my parade with meteors.
So these meteors just kind of come blasting out from nowhere. I mean, you see them, but the void. And everyone is able. You're like, whoa, yeah, like all kind of ducking out of the way, except for Arwell, who gets slammed in the side, and you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you fall off the walkway.
Oh shit.
Oh no!
Can Zan attempt to grab Arwell?
I
Points
will
of
say
damage.
Avadon can because she is right next to her.
We should have declared ourselves.
So if somebody wants to
Where
roll
was I with the rope? God damn
Yeah,
it. I'm usually so
Um,
good
You and
at
your
that.
fucking rope.
I'm usually so good at it.
Arwell, I'm gonna let you roll another dexterity save to try to like the dexterity save that you just rolled was to try to get out of the way. Now you are falling out into the stars. And this dexterity save is going to be to like grab onto whatever you can.
Avadon's tail.
Avadon is going to roll
7.
Oh,
Rolling.
and you have that's because you have a negative.
I have a negative
dex modifier. Yeah.
Avadon is going to roll a.
What is she? Is it
She's not very strong.
What can I do? What can I do?
She's gonna roll a strength saving throw. Because the dex was to see if she was gonna catch on. So we're already at a little.
Saving throw
Yeah.
for her.
For Avadon.
You roll.
You want to roll?
9 plus 0 because she has no additions to her strength modifier.
You guys
Yeah.
like slapping at each other. Like, don't
Please,
let me
please, please,
fall.
someone.
I will remind you very gently of your stack
Of inspiration.
of
everyone.
inspiration.
Good. Thank you so
1d4.
much. She is
Alright.
very kind.
you
You all
grab
can use as many as you would
Why
like.
don't you go ahead and
for
grab like
this.
4 or 5 of
Yes,
them?
Yeah, I was gonna say grab about 5 of those.
Grab, yeah.
for
Five.
Avadon's strength.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, for Avadon's strength, right?
She
5.
already
Yeah,
rolled.
because she
right?
already, we already bypassed it on
Yeah.
the stack.
You can.
And Pat,
literally
You
right in
can
front
roll
of me.
those because you're luckier than me.
You can roll for Avadon if you would like to add Avadon. Whatever you just
doing
hand
5?
me.
Hold on. You're doing 4. We should all roll 1d4.
We're doing 5 or 4?
1d4. 5 is
5.
Let's all roll
All right.
1d4.
All right, everyone roll.
Let's all roll
I'll
1d4.
roll-
This is
I'll
going to be a
roll the
group
second.
thing because Avadon's not
I'll
here.
roll the second just because she's gonna have like a 30-something strength. Come on, guys, we can do this. All
Alright, it
together.
was a
Oh,
total.
you're supposed to do it. Come on, we're doing it as a group. What the flip?
Okay.
With the flip.
Still missed. But it's a 4.
4, 6, 8, 10, 13 plus what did you roll? A 10, a 9?
9.
9.
So 22.
Alright. So hold on. That 5 was for Avadon's roll.
Yes.
Did you want to try to up your 4?
Oh,
Is
we didn't
it-
know that she could.
Is it too late? Can I do that?
No, I'll let you guys do this because you get to get rid of.
She's like, just
Yes.
use
Yeah,
all
just-
that
Oh,
shit.
she doesn't want us to
And
have
we're
all
like-
this later.
Yeah,
I'm
we
going
need
to
those.
allow-
We need those
forget
for.
what I- what did
because
I
I know
roll?
you
You did
guys
those
will
for
do
T1.
it.
I believe you
Is
rolled a
this yours?
7.
Yeah. I rolled a
believe
7.
you rolled
No,
Should
you
I
rolled
do
a
some?
4.
I
I
thought
thought it
she
was a 4.
was.
No, I think the 4 was the original
Was the
falling,
roll.
was
Yeah.
the dex roll, and then
Oh,
you,
okay,
7 was the
sorry.
second.
but then you got an 8
Yep.
minus 1, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
For a 7.
Yeah.
So how many inspiration are you using?
I don't know. What do you think, guys?
3 of those and see
3?
where you're at.
See where
after
I'm
that.
at? Sure.
7. I would go
We'll just
6.
burn
that's the
through all
thing
these.
Well, that's the thing is that we could just keep,
Okay.
that's what we do.
All right. So
3.
you guys want to roll? Maybe you guys can roll 3 of them on my behalf.
We can do that. Well, again, let's.
I'm not doing so well.
All right, you're gonna leave it up to
It's
us.
been really.
All right.
It's been fun. It's.
Oh, 1,
No.
3.
Oh,
that one's cocked.
It's stuck.
That's cocked.
You gonna roll it again?
2.
It's 2.
So
It's
an
5. That's
additional.
5.
No, additional 6.
6.
Is it? Oh, what was that one?
That's a 2.
2,
Oh.
1, so 3 and 3, so 6, so good.
13.
13.
I say do 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do one more. Maybe you'll roll a 4. This one will be
Okay.
all you.
Do one more.
Is he so happy? She's like, I get to get rid of these.
She wants to see us
She's like,
later.
they can't use these against Tiamat.
Yeah.
You have plenty.
Wow.
The more subs and gifted subs and,
Help us out.
prime
Grab another
subs.
one. Grab
Another
another
one?
I don't give inspiration.
Where does that bring me up to
because
14?
So we just went through like a dozen of them.
Yep.
Roll, yep, another one.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah,
it's okay, leave it.
It's a 4.
As a group, we almost all just slapped
Like,
your
no.
Leave it. No.
All right, so the total.
With some
Is
cough.
that 17 total?
8. Was it
18?
17? I thought it was 18.
It was 18 because you added the 1.
Oh
And the
yeah,
one.
because you had the 1. That's right.
That was some cosmic
Alright.
shenanigans.
So
We're
I
in
mean,
space where the gods are.
It is precarious.
The table rule is even if you go to roll it in here, if you meant to roll it and it rolls out, it still counts.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only
if
time
it's-
it doesn't is
and
if you
it-
like accidentally draw it.
And if it's cocked like to the side, so there's no roll, you just roll it again.
So it is precarious. Like again, that slow motion feeling that you had on that day kicks back in, and you just the meteor strikes the side. You are pushed over the side of the walkway and just like turning. You see Avadon's face like, and her black eyes just, and her expression of like sudden panic, and her tail whips out and she grabs onto you, and with this strength that she did not know she had.
It's for Charlie.
It's for
I'm sorry.
Charlie.
But
That's what she said.
Charlie's peering out at her as we fall over the edge.
And
He's like,
Charlie's like,
the only person around that has the big googly black eyes just like she does.
yeah.
You know?
It's like,
and the tail wraps around you, grab onto it, and as if Avadon is tapping into some last remaining element of strength and power that Bob had
The
left
last
her.
vestiges of Bob.
She just like grips on, and it's not even about holding you necessarily, but pulling you back. And there's enough time, like with given everything, that Zan can turn and Val can run forward, and everybody just kind of grabs on, and you are pulled back onto, just on your hands and knees, like you are on the walkway and looking up at everybody framed by these stars as Ark is on the other side of the thing, like, fuck.
That looked pretty bad.
That moment where your heart stops because there's nothing you can do. And you just have to watch. But then you just, your hands are on solid ground, your legs, your knees, you are on the walkway.
It would be kind of funny if you fall off the walkway. You're like, it's only about 5 feet deep. There's a star rug down here.
Arwell's gonna peer up at everyone, and like Charlie has like climbed out of their pocket and is like clinging into their hair, like panicked. Like they're gonna look up and say, thank you all so much. It's alright, Charlie.
It was a close one. We should keep moving.
What?
Roll one says she curtailed your doom. All right. So yes, as you pull yourself up to standing and Ark, you're like, your heart begins
I can
to
see
like
that.
calm.
I can see that she's on the
Everything is
walkway.
okay.
She's on the walkway.
Yeah. We are going to take a break as it is 6 o'clock, and it's time for people to eat. But we will be back around like 6:25 p.m. Eastern time, and there is no giveaway today. I'm kind of waiting it out and checking, see how things go a little bit. We've got some things to give away. But yes, we will be back, and we will continue with our story.
And enjoy this air conditioning.
It is nice and comfortable on this side.
I turned it actually higher because that actually blocked a lot of the air. Oh, I turned it lower.
It's so
rather.
much nicer though. Holy shit.
So I
They're
bet
very
you
happy
go.
with
I
our
bet
new
you go.
space.
You go
What
over
a
there.
All right, we are back from our break, and in the midst of Yang Yang has a question. What is the weirdest thing that you have had happen in D&D?
Oh good, I'm glad that was the clarifier of D&D because things would get
In
real strange for a
D&D
minute.
specifically. So we can do a Here, this is what we'll do: is we'll answer. Somebody can answer, and then we'll do the rest of the answer in our Patreon, in our Stars and Wishes.
I'm trying to think. And I
Okay. Well, just recently, and it wasn't this game, but the party robbed a pawn shop and ran out with a prosthetic arm.
So for those, again, patrons who are watching the Wicked Independent Prestige Incorporated series that we are also doing, it's patron only at the moment, you can go watch those and find out what he's talking about. So, alright, so
raccoons.
we have returned to our party who are traversing across a walkway made of stone that is floating in the middle of a void within a tower. Well, you might be within the tower at this moment. Hard to know, but within the tower of the missing mage Xonthal.
Somewhere.
The
In-
bombs in space.
In pursuit of an individual who claimed to have the blue dragon mask and is a defector of the Cult of the Dragon. After avoiding several elementals in a room within what appears to be the basement-ish of this tower, you find yourselves walking across this walkway, Arwell being slammed by a sudden meteor shower and almost being lost to the void, but grabbed at the last
That's
moment
so terrible sounding.
by Avadon and the rest of the crew. So, we rejoin you.
Is he that far ahead, or is this
He
just
is.
a room? Okay.
Yeah.
I am. Ark's gonna just try to make it the rest of the way, gingerly.
Okay.
And the blood trail was, you said, was going north. Is that when I get to here, can I see which way it goes?
Make a, you're gonna make an yeah. I'm gonna call this a perception check, because you're just you're not, like, trying to put anything together.
17 plus 4, because I have. That's 4% for perception checks now. I'm wicked happy about that only because I had a +0 for the longest time. So that's a 21.
So,
Awfully proud about that modifier.
as you turned and you looked at everybody on the walkway, and then we're focusing very much on getting to the other side. And once you did, looking down and around at the floor to see if there's any additional blood anywhere, you don't see anything. But you look, and directly in front of you is actually a doorway.
Right here?
Yeah, there's a doorway there.
Oh.
And then to either side, you see on your left side, the hallway continues about 20 feet, and there's another closed door. And then on your right side, it continues another 20 feet and then veers to the north, and you can't see where it goes.
Does the door have a door handle?
Yes, it does.
Could I look at the door handle to see if there's blood on that?
Yeah, sure. Well, with that roll, you look at the door handle, you don't see any
It's
blood.
clean.
Yeah.
He'll just turn and wait for everybody. Maybe put his arm out in case anybody
Okay.
starts to fall within this very small spot.
Are you all bypassing that other door?
Yes.
Just to clarify, so the blood did continue this way?
You weren't really focused on it all that much to notice that at some point it just
He
disappeared.
turns around and sees Zan and everybody go this way.
It's like,
Zan is still looking for the blood because he doesn't know.
okay. As you continue across the walkway there, actually I'm gonna need a perception check because you're in the middle of the weird void.
21.
Nice.
Somewhere between, as you're walking, if you continue on, somewhere between where that door is and where Arik is, it just kind of tapers, and stops.
I've been here the whole time.
Lost the blood trail.
It's not up here either. Down here. Whatever direction I am from you.
Definitely one past the door, so continue up to Arik.
Okay. All right.
Arla wants to look up just to be sure.
Okay.
They didn't go up. Like
As
we
you
look
all
up and
get
they're
to-
just up there.
You all get to like where the trail ends and are looking at it. Like you look up and around, and all you see are those stars, the constellations.
Hello
the-
there. Just looking down at you.
Looking at the edge, like it just kind of. It's not like it suddenly stops. It just kind of like tapers off too.
They stopped bleeding.
May have healed himself.
Oh.
Alright, so you reach the end of the hallway. You keep an eye out for more meteors, but the only ones that you see, like, you might see like a cluster of them, but somewhere. It's impossible to tell the distance, but another cluster might go by. And it's more beautiful than anything, but also terrifying now that you've been hit by one. So at the end of the hallway, you find yourselves with a choice. I mean, an immediate choice. Nothing saying you can't make several choices, but the door directly in front of you, just a regular wooden door that's set into the nothingness, really. No, that becomes a hall. I'm gonna say.
Door.
And
goes
then
this way.
yeah, that goes that way.
Can I look at the floor for any, not blood streaks, but maybe like a worn path? Or like if it's dust or anything like that? And the walls to see, I know the bleeding stopped, but if you killed people, you said one of them looked like they were stabbed before, maybe he has blood on his hands and he's staggered and he like touches the wall. Maybe there's like handprints or something on the wall, some kind of trace.
Okay. What you already rolled, so I'm just gonna say,
Okay.
yeah. Look, I'm not gonna make you roll again. So, looking around,
Nothing?
there's nothing. Yeah, at some point the trail goes cold.
Okay. So everybody's down this way now?
Yep, everybody's down there. You don't. We'll just go with whichever direction you choose. I'll build it out from there.
Can Zan just, since the door is right there, can Zan try and listen in on the other side of the door if you can hear if there's anyone or anything on the other side?
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Looking through the lock hole. There's some heat on that spin.
It's 15.
With the 15, you know, put your ear up against the door, listen for a moment. You can hear the people walking behind you. Like you can hear
Do you
very
still get
well.
to add the d4 to your roll? Or not?
How do we know when it's been 10 minutes?
Yeah.
It hasn't been 10 minutes yet. Like you've got
Hasn't?
to. It's probably been like you
I
probably got
remembered
like
something that Pat forgot.
3 minutes or so left, given
Sure.
everything. But
It's an 18.
okay. Yeah, you don't hear anything. You hear nothing on the other side, as far as you can tell.
It didn't matter.
I'm going to not go around the hallway, but just kind of like, you know, like take a couple steps and just do that kind of like look to see where the bend goes without like.
Okay.
For some reason, that's a Chewbacca.
It's just a.
Alright, so you went past this. You did not go that way, so we're gonna go.
That door we passed was the key to everything.
Back across the bridge.
So we're just gonna say that is the door there, and
It's the next project. We gotta make some doorways.
I have doors. I just don't have them out at the moment. I got doors. I got doors for days. All right. Door there.
I fucking love these blocks.
They are a little more convenient than I thought they would be.
So you. I have to double check how big this room is real quick, but this is all you see anyway.
The fire and stone elementals just pop back up.
No.
Hello. Wait here.
All right, so you oh, I did perfectly. You Val head around the corner, how far are you going? Are you going to stop right there?
Yeah, just like a few steps and just kind of peer, but like still be within, hop, skip, and a step from the group.
Okay. So according to this, just for all of your benefit, when the lady's down, I just read the description again. So this is like the walkway, we'll say,
That's cool.
and then it becomes a stone. Like there's nothing here in the walkway. Just so I don't have to use an alien. It becomes a wall at the bend, and I'll read. Oof.
So this is still all space and whatnot.
Oh, did you break me?
I think I did.
I think you did.
Oh, God.
Get the other one.
God damn it!
Val, is he here?
It's almost like the guy gotta be like dipped in
The resin
like,
thing
yeah.
is like, alright.
Dip them all in a resin just to give them something to hold it all
Yeah, I
together.
can say like an outside coating.
Because I
It's
mean,
okay, we got
you
that one.
barely.
Bring him the other valve.
I mean, it literally fell
It
off
did
of
this. It did that.
quarter inch. It
No, it was
fell,
my finger like pressed down and it broke
Oh.
up. So, not to. I'm sorry, this is really confusing as a person who is DMing it to understand what is happening here. But basically, you're on the walkway,
So there's a door here, a door there, a walkway.
and then like it
He steps
suddenly,
down or whatever
yeah.
it becomes.
So here's the door.
So there's still all space, all in this.
Yes.
Okay.
The way that
Oh,
they,
God.
I know I braced you too.
Slap me with the door.
The way that it's drawn in the thing looks like walls on the whole thing. So I'm like, they didn't draw it. The maps for this.
What do you see, Val?
So, Val, what you see? Where the hallway bends in the northeast, it once again takes on the appearance of a stone corridor. There's light that shines out ahead in the corridor, and it opens up into a room that is set with comfortable-looking, oversized furnishings. In the center of the room, there is a red-skinned creature wearing armor of flame, bronze, and volcanic stone that sits cross-legged on the floor, studying a chessboard.
Looks like a nice room with some sort of beastie in the middle.
And as you say those words, the creature like looks up and greets you with this fiery smile, just like big grin, white, perfectly beautiful teeth, and it's like, welcome.
It's talking.
As he says that, Zan will walk up next to Val to see.
Okay. I will build out this room a little bit.
Best we follow.
See what I can put together for you.
Welcome to your doom. We're gonna be killed by the smart gremlin.
Well, it is a very large fire.
So you said it looked like a creature?
It's a humanoid, wearing armor and just kind of large.
2 arms, 2 legs. This humanoid, right?
Typically.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be on like a horse at times in this really.
It feels a little bit like the Zelda like field music.
She's going to the shelf.
Yeah, I don't know who I want to choose for this. Over there.
That's a good thing.
Let's go with.
Well, I'm seeing some good red things up there. None of them look particularly pleasant.
None of them have a
While she's
fiery
doing this, can I
smile.
ask you a question? How do bonus actions work? Can you do
So-
that every time?
Bonus actions technically don't exist unless you have a bonus action to do. So you always get movement and your action for sure, and only if you have some kind of bonus action to do, then you can take a bonus action.
Like something that's in my.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not. It's like you always get your action and you always get your
okay.
movement, but you only get a bonus action if like your
So like if I have
character does it.
one thing per short rest, I could just do it during a turn.
just once per
One.
short rest.
Yeah.
Because once you use it to like recharge it, you'd have to take a short rest to
Okay.
do it again.
But anytime it's my turn, I could
Yep,
do
and,
that.
and anytime as a bonus action.
Alright.
Same thing with
I have
reactions.
a cool one.
And
But
there's
you don't have a reaction unless you have a reaction.
and there's some bonus actions that you can do anytime. Like, it doesn't matter in combat or not. Like, I have an ability called Second Wind. It's a
Talk
bonus
about
action,
Zelda, it looks like
which
Ganondorf.
helps me regain health. But
That's a fur
I
ball.
can take that out of combat. It does not matter. Same thing with spells. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be in combat in initiative to use a spell or a bonus action.
When in like combat, then it's like real like technical, but like you can always just do a bonus action if you have it. But if you don't have a bonus action, then you can't take one on your turn.
Yeah.
Type
And
deal.
then you have to read like the fine print because like sometimes you have like special. They're not actions. They're not bonus actions. They're just things that you
Just
can do
abilities.
whenever. Like the
They
ether walk. It's not an action or a bonus action. I can do it whenever.
Oh, okay.
Those are usually labeled specials.
Yeah, specials or it says no action.
Yeah, you can just do it. It requires nothing on your turn, which is cool
Yeah.
because you can
Oh, yeah, I do
attack
have one of those.
on your turn, do something, and then ether walk, even if you're completely out of movement, actions, bonus action.
Yeah.
Actions, all that.
The other thing that he mentioned was reactions.
Mhm.
You get one of those per turn, so it basically resets out your turn.
Yeah,
So
one
if you-
per round.
Yeah.
One
Technically,
reaction per round.
they say per turn just because it resets, but when you use your reaction, you just do it whenever, whether it's your turn or not. It's you're reacting to whatever, and then you get another reaction once your turn comes back.
Okay.
They're like resets.
And would that say like
It was
listed
saying
under reaction?
Yeah, because certain spells are reactions. Like I use that spell Absorb Elements to resist the fire damage. That is a reaction, so you do that in reaction to something. Like I couldn't just like do that and then like
And it'll tell
it.
you in the spell, like, when you're, like, if a melee attack misses you, you can, as a reaction, do this
Okay.
thing.
It was like when you were fighting the mage and all of those folks in the tower just last session.
Mhm.
And he would cast shield in reaction to somebody doing. The reaction spell is the casting of shield as the attack is coming to raise his AC to block the attack. But you do it
yeah.
on their turn.
It's like reactions have a condition in order
Right.
to, and then you can also hold your action for a trigger, and then that uses your reaction. So like what he did when he went around the corner, he held his attack until someone got close enough.
You usually have to specify what the trigger is going to be. I said, if that creature moves towards me, I want to hit it.
Because he once made the mistake of saying, I'm going to hold my arrow until I see something come out of the woods,
And then
not specifying friend or enemy.
Yeah.
Oh no!
So as
And
soon
this was
as
within
his
the first
friend,
few sections.
as soon as his friend came out,
Right.
he let loose his arrow.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Thankfully, it missed, I believe.
I think it's it.
I think
That's that.
That was a newbie mistake.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that raccoon is still hunting you.
So as you stand there, the two of you just like kind of peering down the hall, and you see this just fiery creature. Mostly the fire is coming from the armor that they're wearing, just very bright. You can see volcanic stone, just kind of little bits of glow around it, and they look up and say, "Ah, you must be in pursuit of the one who came before. This can't be a coincidence."
Could you point us in a direction?
Well, I could. What are all your names? I hear there are many of you. I am Taraz the Fair.
Do I know what this is?
Make a history check. Well, tell me about your advantage.
To recall information about fae, fiends, or undead, or information information about dark past surrounding an object that I am touching, which I am not touching anything. So I guess if he's a fae or a fiend or undead.
Touching his face.
No, that was touching like a stone or a chair. A haunted chair.
By this time, I think Arik would have caught up.
Okay.
Would you have followed?
Yeah,
also?
Arlo wants to get off of this space.
The
Yeah,
rainbow
away.
bridge.
So you're kind of like holding on to that door, just putting your hand on the door that's floating in the middle of the wall. So you.
So you just want me to roll a history?
Let the rest of us know what's going on.
Roll me a history, and then I'm going to ask you a question depending on what you roll.
21.
Nice.
I would normally have advantage, but I'm exhausted.
What are the chances that, and just being like with the history that you have put together for Val, that he has been to other planes other than this one?
I would say just the ethereal plane.
Okay. You. What did you roll?
21.
You are pretty sure that this might be an Ifriti.
Ifriti?
Ifriti. But you're not really sure, and you only know based on, like, you know what it is, but in terms of having ever really spoken to one, or
That's kind of like a genie, right?
it's
I
kind
remember-
of, yeah.
I was just saying, I
kind
remember
of
that
like
from
a
Magic the
genie.
Gathering. I remember as a creature type. That's why I was just seeing him. I was like, I know what that is.
Yeah, it's kind of like a genie.
So we have to be careful with how we speak to it.
With what? you
Maybe.
wish.
Like they're not good per se, but not necessarily evil.
Maybe.
Tricksters.
Tricky?
They're tricksy hobbitses.
Such a far.
So, with who am I speaking?
I just kind of whisper his hands like, "Watch your words." The name's Val.
Very nice to meet you. It's been a long, long, long time since I've spoken to anyone.
Well, I thought someone just ran past here. You didn't speak to them.
No, they moved too fast, unfortunately.
Well, maybe we should also be going. Time is at a premium.
Indeed, it is. But
I wish you good. That's a very nice rug.
if you leave, you won't know where your friend went.
Look at Zan.
It's been so long. That mage locked me here. We used to play chess together, you know. But I fear... How long has it been? Has to have been 100 years by now.
Speaking of Xonthal,
Xonthal. Like, his voice changes and, like, the smile fades. You can't see the very bright teeth anymore. Yes. Left me here to play games by myself. And he, like, smacks the chessboard that's in front of him, and everything scatters across.
Oh, well, I'm more of a checkers man, so I'm sorry that wizard left you. Come Zen, I think we need to go now.
You're perfectly safe if you are afraid of me.
I'm afraid of
Perfectly
everything.
safe. In the corridor. Look there at your feet. And as you look down, you can see what appears to be a line of sand that is stretched across the doorway. And then, like, kind of looking, you can see that the sand appears to line the walls of the entire thing, like from what you can see where you are. So that in an unbroken line around the base of the floor.
Around the
Like
wall
it goes
itself?
across, and then like at the base of the room, there's a line of sand.
Don't break the
I
line of
have-
sand.
No desire to hurt you,
Is
but
that
I've
believe
been stuck. You can make an insight check.
I'm gonna do that too.
I'm gonna say it's an insight check with disadvantage because you don't know this creature.
Does,
Therefore, you're far away from
I already
them.
had disadvantage, but I still rolled
do we
19. Good, 19.
everybody else hears this?
Oh yeah, you can all be kind of like jumbled up and
They're all just-
like looking over and.
Avadon's on Arwell's shoulders.
Can Arwell see the sand?
I'm gonna say like kind of, all of you in the hallway standing carefully
And the
next to each
sand
other.
starts here?
Nope, the sand.
Like,
It's
right
just
at the-
Oh, okay.
no. Yeah, the sand is across the doorway right there.
Oh, here?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was like here,
No,
like,
no.
and it was the outline of the room. That's
It's
why
the outline
this is
of the
like.
room. Like,
So it's a square.
Yeah.
It doesn't come down. Into
right.
the
It doesn't go down into the hall. 19 was an insight check, and what was yours?
5.
You can.
Zan's like, he's got a
Zan.
trustworthy face, thing.
If I didn't have disadvantage,
I like the cut of your jib,
Yeah.
Mr. Genie.
Well, Zan, you just can't tell. You're like you're kind of far away. You're a good like 30 something feet away from a creature you don't know. Val, you have a bad feeling, and so holding on to that bad feeling and just like the fact that it was stated out loud, you don't think that that's a truthful statement.
And that was in response to when he said that.
He doesn't want
He doesn't want to hurt you.
Oh.
And
Oh!
I can't. I wouldn't be able to do it even if I wanted to. That sand keeps me confined. You're perfectly safe where you are. But if you want to know where your friend went, all you have to do is let me free. I'm the only way that you'll be able to find him.
No, these deals never end well. All right, children, turn around. Let's go.
He steps like
Slid into Erdnot right there.
I did. Different voiced or not.
But
you
even
see
like
him
the
like
children.
step forward all the way to the end, and like looks a little bit desperate, and he's like, "Your friend fell off the side of the walkway. I heard them.
No, it probably
The
wasn't
only
him.
way-
It was one of the others.
That you can get them is if you let me free. I can use my magic to bring them back
Back from where?
from the void."
Maybe he'll land.
No, the void you never stop falling. But if you let me rescue, I will be forever grateful to you.
Do I believe what he's saying?
You already rolled, so I mean, at this point,
You were ready.
I
you
got him.
you already rolled your insight. Like you don't believe him.
All right, so I don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth.
You don't believe him, but whether or not that they're telling the truth or not, you don't believe that they are. I can grant you a wish. That's the only way to save your friend.
Let's go check the other doors first.
Auric is going to stay silent, but inherently does not trust something that's made of magic, because where he's from, magic is very frowned upon.
You better hope that you don't waste too much time. He was holding a mask that had a dragon's face.
If you couldn't see him, how do you know what he was holding?
I saw him.
You ain't seen shit.
We'll take a look around and maybe we'll come back and free you after that.
Promises to...
Quiet.
Maybe I won't help you if you come back.
Oh.
Maybe I want you to let me go right now.
Maybe you'll be here forever.
Either way, that is my fate. If you let me go now, I will promise to use my powers to bring him.
Promises can be broken.
If you let me go later, I might not be in such a great mood.
Stop making a case for yourself.
Arwell's gonna kind of like timidly, like peek over everyone's head and ask, if we let you out, would something need to be done in exchange to
No.
take your place?
No. Xonthal is gone. You let me free and I do this favor for you. As a thank you.
But Xonthal's gone and you're still here.
Because of the sand. It looks down. Because of the ward. He's kept me here. Which is truly cruel.
Is this ward something that Arwell might like recognize or be familiar with the
You can make an Arcana check.
16. Do I get the 4 with that too?
Yep. So whatever you roll plus.
So that's 16. Do I get to still roll?
No, that was with the thing that we got before. It's
You
probably
can roll an inspiration if you want.
That's okay.
She's like, I'm hip to this now.
16 total.
I know your genie
11.
games.
Yeah.
So you are somewhat familiar with, arcane magics and whatnot. It's likely that this, given that it's a mage magic and you're, you don't study that type of thing. It is, but what you know of wizards, it is likely that this is imbued with some kind of magic that is holding them there. It was intentionally done, but you can see that it was very intentional. If Xonthal did this, it's like there's no break. It is in like cracks if it has to be, keeping Taraz the Fair in this space.
And why did he trap you here?
Because he was a sick man who wanted to study things. Study, as you have seen, no doubt, throughout this space. Study the way things work together. Elementals. How our fire reacts with the stone and the water and the air. It was cruelty. He was trying to trick me into being of service to him in his experiments. And then he disappeared and left me here.
And you would put yourself into the service of us if we chose to let you go?
No, I would offer you a wish.
And if that wish was to put you into service?
No, that doesn't work that way.
Can't make anyone fall in love.
I'm like, wish for more wishes? Can I wish for another genie? I
have been sitting here, waiting, hoping to be let free for 100 years, no doubt.
Before our friend, no one else has come to you.
People have come, the ones in black and purple. They did, some time ago, but it feels like yesterday. They quickly found that the traps, the elementals, were too much for them. And so they did not come down for quite some time. This one in purple is the first I have seen in quite some time.
Can I turn around and just take a look back? Like, can he actually see? So the dude fell about here. Can he see that far? Like, if I turn around, because you said this curve.
Allegedly.
You turn around and you see
Allegedly,
arc.
So I'm just trying to.
No, it does curve, but the way that I had it before, where it looked like walls, the way that it is right
Yeah,
now.
That's
Open.
this is
It's
open to
open.
the space, so he definitely could see.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So he could have seen the dude. Yeah, okay.
He could have seen him fall, or he could have seen him go through.
I
either
mean,
of the
he,
doors, right?
he said he's wearing purple. He had a blue mask, so okay, he saw him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Could we have a moment to discuss this amongst ourselves?
You can, but I'd prefer you quickly take me up on my offer.
We very well may. We don't know yet.
You've been here 100 years. You can wait 100 minutes.
You see the look on their face. They're like a forced kind of smile at you, like. And then they just go back and sit down on the rug in the center and begin kind of gathering up the chess pieces. Everything they're doing is kind of slow. Like what have they been doing with this past 100 years?
We're not letting that out.
No.
If
We're all speaking very quietly. The second brother's still here as we're like
I would assume you kind of gather more towards
over
the
here
door.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back
I mean,
towards that other.
I don't know how much the void echoes, but
Probably not much.
I don't trust it.
any wish will come with a condition.
I don't trust it. I don't like it. And anything, I mean, everything that we've seen in this tower so far has been of incredible and immense power. More than anything that you can all do. For him to have something locked up like that doesn't just feel like he was there to play chess.
I mean, I'm sure he wants to leave, but
No, I'm saying
his
Xonthal.
vengeance will be played out on us.
I don't think Xonthal put him there just to play games.
I mean, he might have. He was a mad wizard.
Maybe, or maybe he had to lock him up in there for a reason.
They've chosen their words. We've dealt with creatures before that choose words very carefully. Everything has double meaning.
Aye.
I believe that they will do what they say, but that does not mean that ends at what they'll do.
Do you think he was lying about him falling off the edge? Because we have no reason to believe he fell.
Could we take a look at the trail again? Does it look like it went to the side, or is it just right in the middle?
It kind of just tapered off. Yeah.
It doesn't look like he fell off.
He could have just seen him go through the door.
I
He's
think-
just
I
saying
think you-
that
I
so
think
that
you
we
might be
need
right.
him.
Good call.
Keeping in mind, Arwell, as you say that though, it looks like it just trailed off, and then you remember getting hit by the meteor. And how suddenly, like looking,
fair
you
point.
look back at it and you're like, I mean, if he fell off, you probably, maybe you would see it, but then if you get hit suddenly, true.
I mean, it does happen to the best of us, so I suppose he could have fallen off. Could have gotten knocked off, probably,
It's possible.
Aye,
but he could be lying just to get us to let him out, because we need him.
no, his price will be too steep. He says it's a favor. If he's what I think he is.
You've had experience with this type?
No, I've read about it.
Judging by what you've said and read, and what Zan seems to be getting up of almost a Fey type vibe.
It's definitely not Fey, but
But you say
it's chosen its words very
very carefully,
carefully.
just like a Fey would.
It's had 100 years to think about nothing but leaving, so it will say whatever it needs to in order
Let it
to
out.
get out.
It will grant us the wish.
But
But
at
there will
what
be
price?
a price to pay. Something bad.
And Arik will look around at the void, the floor, and say, and say, and this is not good ground for a battle. Too much can go wrong if we were to let it go and attack us.
We check.
As you're standing there saying that, you kind of look back and you can see that the Ifriti is standing at the edge and like watching you all and says, "You fear me attacking you when I am let free. We can make a deal. My word is my bond. I will not attack you if you let me go. I will grant you the wish. We can discuss the terms of this contract to give you more faith."
I was doing that Frank from Sunny.
You give me the terms you seek. All I am asking is to be let free.
Well, we always do things as this group by vote. And I vote no. What say you all?
I don't trust him.
Say no.
I'm sorry,
Avadon
Frank.
says yes.
Yeah, we should be
I
keeping
want
an
the
eye.
wish.
We should be keeping an eye on her so she's not like scrubbing it out with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You keep Avadon in the back. That is some beautiful armor he's wearing.
Just throw a jewel from the back down the hallway.
It's like a cat with cat. You throw it and rolls. She'll like roll with it.
You're making a grave mistake.
Let's go. Let's not. Don't look at him.
It
Don't
is
look at
clear
him.
that mask is very important to you.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Mask. I don't mask my face.
I do have something, friends, if you want to huddle up again real quick. I do have something called Fast Friends that I can cast on anything that's humanoid, and it has to do what we say.
This is
It might be
It might be too dangerous, but
It
It's
was
very
a
powerful.
humanoid.
yeah, this is not.
This is a very.
Don't think those are considered humanoid.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, I'm nervous to
Because you
even
said
use
this
it
is a
with this
large
because I know
creature.
it's
Is
too,
it
it's
like
very
It's a
tricky.
good
large
thinking.
creature.
It's good thinking, but
Maybe I'll keep that one in
Yeah,
Arwell's
he's like
pocket for
humanoid in
later.
appearance,
along with
but-
Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes. Okay.
Well, I mean, you're free to do anything you want.
No.
You can. You don't need our. I mean, trust me. We all do it.
Yeah. I don't think I want to unleash this guy though, accidentally or anything.
I think we
Just
should,
yet.
I think we should keep moving.
Maybe we should check a door.
Same. Perhaps we can find more information somewhere in this place about him, and if what he speaks is true, we'll revisit.
Oh no.
Arik only says
We-
that
we-
loud enough so it can hear what he just said about that. I don't know if you actually heard me. No.
I can hear parts of what you all are saying.
So you were all like
I'm hoping,
literally
We're, like,
huddling
having
away
a
from
huddle.
you.
I'm hoping that
Whoops.
the mic is picking it up. So he can hear you. That he's reacting to the things that you are saying. Like if you don't take me up on this offer, our contract will change. Right now is your chance. Give me all of your terms, and I will present you with mine, which is just to be let free. You are in the position of power here.
For now. Because that sand ensures it.
Xonthal was very powerful, but he was only one. There are many of you.
Oh, good. Play along. He thinks we're powerful.
I am no match for 5 worthy adventurers who've clearly made their way through Xonthal's tower.
He's flattering us.
Yeah.
And that seals the deal with those words. Arik is going to turn and check out one of those other doors.
He doesn't
Whenever
know
a
we
villain-
pre-stooged our way through here.
Whenever a villain says, "Oh, I am no match for you,"
You handsome, brave, sexy adventurers. Sorry about your predicament. I hope someone in the future is foolish enough to let you out. And
I do too, Val.
It's a common
I
name.
never forget a face.
Oh no.
Good thing you only have to remember
Or
half.
many faces.
It's like, I like that.
Did you see all
Doesn't
the
it? Those
You
are
just see like now whenever you can see it just standing there, and it's just gonna watch you the whole time. Whenever you like look back, it's just gonna be sitting there. There's no smile. It's just standing there watching.
The next
everything
10
that you do.
sessions, we're going to be stuck on this puzzle. Trying to figure this out. We're going to walk past this 10 times, and each time he's going to be like,
I mean, you look at like as you're walking away, and this is open, you know, as you're walking away and like looking back, you can see the expression on the faces, almost like if somebody turns to look at them, they are studying every feature of your face and committing it to memory. Like you can tell.
We've made ourselves a real enemy.
well, let's just hope we are all dead before he's let out.
I wish Makai was here to stone shit.
And just block out the wall. I can help you guys.
Look, if we can find me some soft clay, I can stone shape.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Keep an eye out.
will do.
Yeah.
So we have
We just like grinding up some stone and throwing
When
water.
we saw the elementals and she said something about clay, I was like, ooh.
Just goes back and
Just-
chips off a piece of the leg.
Don't think so.
So you're standing in front of that door.
we have a choice to make. A door here or the door further down.
It might be the most obvious. When I say the one right here in front of us.
Straight shot.
Let's give it a try.
This
Okay.
is as good as any.
Right. So you pull down on the latch and push open this door that leads
Let me out! Another one!
leads into a small room. Small compared to the other areas that you've seen. It's about like 25 or so feet across, and maybe 10 to 15 feet wide. And in it, the area is just like lined with shelves that are holding hundreds of mundane and exotic reagents and components that probably were being used by Xonthal in his experiments.
I have a shopping list.
See this clay.
So
I have a shopping list.
most of what you can see, most of the supplies have like evaporated or congealed or decayed over the past 100 or so years. But you do start poking around. And what are you looking for?
Oh, do I see any clay or incense or maybe holy water?
You're a cleric. You can make holy water, right?
I would say you always have holy water
Oh,
on you. Like
alright.
you.
Sweet.
Because as a paladin, I was able to make holy water. So you being holier, I'm sure you can.
Yeah,
do that.
so
Just
I would
spit
say
on somebody and do that.
yeah, holy water is something that you have on a little pouch. Like you never use it.
Okay.
For everything that you do, you only need like splashes of it
Alright.
for the most part. So,
Don't splash Avadon, it burns.
in terms of incense and clay,
Clay, just clay itself, or a small clay model of a ziggurat.
well,
It's kind of specific, but
make an investigation check. As you're going through, I mean, this is lined with shelves, and
Yeah.
most of it you're looking like pick up a
Could
thing.
she
and-
tell us what she wants and have us help her?
Yeah, you can roll with advantage. So
Okay.
everybody's looking.
other two random things are a jeweled horn or a glass eye for seeing. Like a,
You get to roll
Okay.
twice with advantage. That's supposed to be us helping you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so everybody's kind of going through stuff. You're lifting up, there's.
Hey!
Nat 20.
So
Are you
were
proficient in
lift-
investigation?
Just The shell.
You should be.
No.
If you're, no.
I have
So-
plus 1 though.
So
Okay,
21.
So you all are helping, shifting things around, lifting up. You hear like, ooh, as you like lift things up. There's like congealed and sticky goo. You have no idea what
Eyes
most
and
of
frog's
anything is.
tongue.
You are able to find. I'm gonna say there's like a little pack of like a pouch that is full of incense. Probably enough for like, 5. Just 5. No, there's
Five what?
like 5 uses of
5.
whatever that
Okay.
spell is. Clay. Yeah, there could be some clay in there. Like you look at, maybe it's intentionally there, maybe not. Maybe something happened. I mean, clay requires moisture, and it's been about 100 years. But we'll say like in a little pouch that when you open it, there's like a sealed thing. I mean, this is a mage who does all kinds of spells and with the elementals
we have
and
a gaping walkway in the middle of nothing. I think
Yeah.
I think he could have figured out how to keep clay. but-
it's in like
some
a
holy
sealed jar.
Yeah, like
So you have like some clay.
Awesome.
I've got holy clay.
wow.
In this room, is it just the room? Is there any other doors or
It's
anything?
just the room.
And it's
yeah.
only
It's just reagents and components.
components and
Yeah.
stuff.
So in terms of like an eye, or like crystal eye, like that kind of stuff isn't in this room. It's
Okay.
all like,
More like ingredients.
like if in the good old days, maybe there were like frog legs or like eye of newt or something. Now there's all just congealed and there's like very, very shriveled like animal parts and stuff like that. Just whatever.
Sweet.
I
That was
roll,
great.
see if there's any useful chemicals that I can take and add to my alchemist kit for future use.
I'll say you can piggyback off of that roll. As a mage doing like elemental experiments, what kind of chemicals specifically?
If there's anything that I could use to make alchemist fire. Which I don't
Alchemist
know what the components of that are.
Yeah, that's more of like an oil and
Sticky adhesive that fluid ignites exposed to air.
yeah, I'll say you get enough that you could maybe make 1 or like 2 alchemist fire. We'll say you find some kind of sticky, then like when you smell it, it doesn't smell like it was it doesn't smell like it was ever a creature. It was something else, which you can use it. You should write that down.
I will.
I'm not keeping track of any of these things.
Neither
for
am I. I mean, I am keeping track.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it's an interesting smelling room,
Does-
musty. Cool.
Does Avadon need anything?
I don't know.
Well, no, her magic comes from within.
Yeah.
She still
Sorceress,
does use
right?
components.
Oh, she still needs components.
Sometimes. Depends.
She was looking for incense
Was she?
when we were in the smelly room. Although she was looking, maybe that was just because it was smelly
Yeah,
in the room.
yeah. It's because
That might have
she,
just been for that.
she burned a baby dragon.
Can Zan just do like a look around for anything that's like hidden?
Trapdoors.
Yeah, like it's a mage, so like he wouldn't leave like anything really important just out in
Okay.
the open.
Yeah, make an investigation roll.
22.
Yeah, so while everybody's kind of looking at all the gooey stuff and the,
Okay.
crap and stuff, picking
We're
things
all
up that turn to dust and all of that, you're just kind of like going along the walls and maybe shifting like little things out of place. So it takes you all like, you're probably here for like a good 10 minutes at least going through
The
stuff.
whole time we hear the genie. Motherfucker!
You cocksuckers! I'm gonna eat your fucking spines!
It might be worse that you hear nothing at all. There's no sound coming from over in that direction, but
Does it speak it? Is it yelling in infernal?
no, it's not saying
No.
anything.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, that was just in our own.
Yeah, in your own head.
In our own
you're waiting.
scenario.
No sound. But after
In
like
my
going
game,
through
you would be.
everything, pushing on like stones, you don't find nothing. Nope. This just looks to be a storeroom.
Are there any little canteens or anything like that? Like like a little thing
Like
that would
empty?
hold fluid. Yeah, like an empty.
There are some that probably had stuff in it at one point, but now don't have
Alright,
anything in it.
dump
Yeah.
the dust out and just kind of pocket that. Just
Okay.
a little empty canteen.
All right.
Alright, should we try the other door?
I think so.
Make our way
All right.
to the door.
So you step back out onto that corridor, and it's very strange going from like a solid room, and then like you open the door, and it's like, all right, and step back out again, like kind of taking a quick look for any of those like meteor showers, but not seeing anything.
Just want to like
So
smack
you-
one back with the flat of my blade.
You
Yeah.
step across the walkway and find yourself at another door. You open
This one right
yeah,
here, yeah.
that last door. So you open this door, and it immediately you find yourselves looking at a very interesting scene, something you've never seen before. Two
That's what this has all been.
massive, yeah, two
Oh my God, they're
massive
naked.
hourglasses occupy this irregularly shaped chamber.
How tall are they?
Their glass globes are nearly 15 feet across,
Holy shit, okay.
with each hourglass rising almost to the ceiling, which is 30 feet overhead.
I was thinking like the bookshelf maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Each is suspended by chains, pulleys, and gears in such a way that it can be turned over and set the sand running. So they're just both hanging at the moment. And the room itself, like you look to one side and there's the hourglass, and the other side there's the hourglass, and you can tell that the room is kind of shaped like a
Hourglass.
like an hourglass.
Oh shit, I was right. Okay. I was just trying to be a smartass.
And slumped against the wall at the far side of the chamber is the purple-robed cultist who called you from the balcony of the tower.
Just come to the door. You fucking liar!
Is that what you do?
Yes.
He's like, oh damn.
And you can see it again, like you come out and you look, and Taraz the Fair is just standing there looking at you, and when you yell that, you see the look on their face, they just go. They just smile.
I just smile back and I go,
But there's no other reaction, they just sit there looking and watching, and like
It's on
anything
to-
that you do, there it just stands there, red skinned, just looking at you with a smile.
They're like, I pushed you out of the way to get back to the door to yell at.
Zan is gonna go check on the purple robed.
Is there anyone else in the room?
Make a perception check. Zan, as you walk
I was gonna say
forward,
before
you
Zan
can
just
see.
walks across.
Yeah,
Like, fuck.
no, Zan's already on his way.
I was already yelling.
You can see his dark robes are charred and torn, and you also see that there is you can see the blue dragon mask is clutched in his like red stained hands, and his just slumped against the wall. And as you go forward, eyes open, staring, just dead.
He's dead.
You said perception?
Yes.
23.
So as Zan just goes kind of dashing across the room to go check on the defector, you stop and take a look around. There is no one else in this room. There's no trail that leads over, so presumably he was able to kind of like, you don't want people to be following the blood trail, so he was trying, and perhaps just the only other blood that is there is just pooling, out from underneath him, but he's badly burned.
He's burned.
Badly.
And bleeding?
Zan, yes. Zan, you look down at yourself after having been caught in the fire of the elemental, and look up at Iskander and see some similarities.
While he's there, Zan will take the blue mask, and he'll also search him for anything he has on him, for if he has letters or anything.
Okay. Make an investigation check. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna search the room for anything either A, valuable, or B, useful.
Okay.
23 for investigation.
I was gonna look and see if there's any sort of like traps or things that they should be concerned about while they're in the room.
Okay. You can make an
Yeah, we
investigation.
did kind of ignore those giant hourglasses.
We sort of just
Well,
barreled
you
on
all
in.
did, but knowing Avadon is over, just kind of like she's touching them, like they're huge. They're as big as this room, so like bigger actually. So she's just kind of like pushing on it slightly to see if it moves, and it just barely does. Like it needs a little bit of. And then she sees there's like a lever over on the side, and like putting everything together that you can flip these upside down.
I got 10 investigation.
Okay.
Can I roll a history check, trying to recall anything about a dark past or anything with these things?
You can. So this is Xonthal's experimentation, so you wouldn't have any history. But
So how do you say this word? Grim psychometry. I don't know how to say that.
psychometry, maybe? I don't know. It's probably made up word.
That's
That's
this
yeah, it's like
ability.
That's
Yeah.
Matt Mercer's, whatever that came from the abyss in his
Oh
mind.
yeah. So
Yeah, psychometry.
something else. I think you could maybe. What are you trying to determine? And then we could probably come up with a rule.
I'm just seeing, like, examining it and, like, just kind of touching it. Like, I tap into this special ability and see if it speaks to me in any way or something.
What does it say though? Like I don't
Just
know.
recall information about a dark past surrounding an object you are touching, or a location you are present in.
A dark past. Do you have to roll, or is it just an ability?
It's a history. Like, I would normally be able to do it with advantage, but since I'm exhausted, I don't get advantage. But
You can go ahead and make a roll. So looking around, there are no traps as far as you can tell. Like this room is fairly like centered on these two huge hourglasses that are hanging from the ceiling. You searching the body, like you go through the robes, like it's an unpleasant search as you are trying. You take, not to be
Just
too
like-
gory, yeah, but like you're trying to like take the robes and see what's, and it's just like peeling and cracking and you know Iskander's just
It was really the robes that was holding it together.
yeah.
it
Falls apart into
But you
pieces.
are able to find in on like the side belt a dagger that I'm trying to remember. No, you didn't end up dealing with it. You avoided this, but when you were
It's
chatting
never our game.
with the Yuan Ti in the Tomb of Diderius, did you get close enough to see? Yes, you did see that the queen or chieftain had a dagger up against the throat of Varum at a certain point, and it was jagged,
I remember you just
like
saying
it was a dragon tooth dagger.
Mm.
This is
A dragon
a
tooth.
dragon tooth dagger,
That's cool.
and it is bloody. It has been used multiple times. You recall the cultist that was dead immediately when you walked in to the tower itself was just dead on the floor in that main room. The one that was stabbed in where you just came down into this basement. So it's at least been used a couple times to defend himself, but
Didn't
the
make it past the fire
elementals, yeah.
Well, it made it past, just not very well.
guy. Yeah.
Was there anything else that was valuable in the room or useful?
So
I didn't even roll. I don't know what you wanted me to do.
no, like you all kind of searching. This room is dedicated to these two hourglasses. Like looking in, you can see Avadon's like there's shiny stuff in there. There's shiny things in there. And looking in the sand, you can see like glittering. It's sand, but there's like glittering stuff within the sand as well.
I rolled 16.
That
So
class is-
like kind of running your hands along the golden rim of the bottom that like keeps the two pieces together, you try to tap into any kind of like grim past or negative darkness around this. Nothing really comes up. It's very like neutral, a neutral feeling that you get.
Is there any other exits to this room than the one we came?
Are there windows?
There are no windows. No, it was solid.
What about the ceiling? There's no like,
30-foot ceiling.
but solid.
Yeah. Like stone, where the pulleys are and chains are descending from.
And there's a lever we could use to flip the hourglass.
There are 2
If we
levels
desire.
for each one. Yeah, there's one for each.
I don't think anyone's coming down this way. We should bind our wounds and before we do anything else. We found our man.
And Zan, you, in taking, like, you go through everything, kind of put the mask aside, continue looking at the body, and then get the dagger. And then when you hold on to that mask, you can feel the, like, you hold it up. I wonder if I can find a picture quickly to just show you all.
He puts it on. Now I am the Darth.
I'm gonna try to find a picture because they're all very, very cool dragon masks. I don't
Yeah,
know where
like
this-
each one has like their own design, right? Like
they all look like the dragons that
That
they
they
represent.
represent.
Yeah.
I'll
So
never
this
get
one's gonna
over
probably have a
when,
big spike on it.
when the black one, you said the what's their face was like wearing it and like she was shopping.
Well, I mean, she was a black dragon, half dragon, wearing a black half dragon, wearing a black dragon mask. So it was like double horns, kind of sticking out, and
I like blue dragons because they have this big, massive fucking horn that comes off there. No, I'm sorry. It's the blue dragon horn. Does it come off the nose or is it
it's
from
out.
between the
It's
eyes?
almost like
It's like the whole forehead.
it's
It's like their whole like.
like
It's
from
out-
here
yeah.
to here.
Yeah, I was gonna
Just
say it's
huge
like
fucking horn.
Their
weird, it's like
faces are very
snout and they're, like-
strangely shaped.
Yeah.
So, let me just see if I can get the D&D Beyond.
almost like a rhino.
Except
Like,
like,
like-
it'd be like if it
it's
came
almost
from
like, I was gonna say it's like the rhino horn like came from like the
Yeah.
rest of the head, just so
It's pretty neat.
Anyway, so you picking it up, you can like kind of feel that power and that urge to put it on, but it's like
Did the white one have that same vibrance from it?
it did. I mean, you all didn't.
We didn't get the white one.
You got the black
We
one,
got the
but
black one.
you,
Black.
yeah.
the white's the one that we
Oh.
just missed.
Wasn't it in her hands though?
No,
we actually
no, it was in Issa
Issa.
had it, but her friend.
Oh, all right.
Talus.
I want to say Tanis, but that's from Letterkenny.
Talus, yeah. I'll look for it so that you all can see how cool it is. But anyway. So you have the mask. You have the things. Anything else you are going to do?
Short rest.
It's probably best to put the mask into the bag of holdings then.
Okay.
Zan
Who
will
knows who
hang
gets it.
on to the dagger and put the mask away. And the dagger, is that anything it needs to be attuned to?
I don't know.
I don't know, it just sounded cool.
How does the sand in the hourglasses look? Is it gonna run out soon?
It's already done. It's all
Oh,
set
they're
up at the
set.
bottom.
Okay.
Yep.
That's why I'm
They're
saying
not-
we rest before we play with any levers.
Yes, that's a good idea.
It's a good call.
Like I'm all for pulling these fucking levers, but
Yes,
it's
we
like,
should rest.
let's just
If
let's
everyone
get the
wants-
bandages
anymore.
on and
If everyone wants to rest, Zan,
let's get Zan some burn ointment.
Ark will stand watch by the doorway.
It does not look like it needs to be attuned. It's just a dagger that.
Oh, it's just nothing special,
But,
just in the shape of a dragon.
No,
tooth.
I mean it's a magical weapon, but
Oh, it doesn't need to be attuned.
it doesn't
though.
need to be attuned. It's just,
Wow.
yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, what was the question?
If everyone wants to take a short. Sorry, I just put.
Don't you need a rest too?
I could, but we might need somebody to stand watch.
Well, I mean, if somebody bursts.
It's
in,
only a short rest,
Yeah, it's
so
not a long rest.
It's not, it's
You'll
not
get-
like you're sleeping.
if you're gonna get interrupted, it's just gonna happen to all of you.
Okay.
So you're taking a short rest. You can use your hit dice to get back some hit points.
Goddamn right.
So,
How's
so
that work?
we
Short rest work. Where's your hit dice? Keep it right in this box here. So during a short rest, you can
So we have
roll a
that 5
D8
protection
11 up
to,
to 11 times to regain hit points. So
Okay. We got a.
So
you
it's
should
some-
feel bad. I mean, this is the room to be sentimental. in.
Oh.
Roll a 1. How have we made it this far? This is the first time you're seeing us in our new digs, too.
So those will reset when you take a long rest. So you can just roll during a short rest to regain hit
I can
points.
roll up to 11
Up to
times.
11, yeah.
So, and you mark them off. So you've got 11, and if you use 5, now you have 6, just until you do a long rest.
So like if we take like multiple short rests in a day,
Yeah.
you have 11
Oh, you
d8
save
for
the
the
rest.
whole day to
Gotcha.
regain.
I think this is one of the
Is that
first times
track
in a
in
while.
here, or is it? like,
Yep. If you go to the top, I think it has it. Might be the main page. Oh no, here it is.
Avadon will go
The
ahead
little
and,
campfire,
I think, probably
and then do short
roll
rest,
some dice.
and then choose how many
Oh,
you
perfect.
want, and then it'll roll it for you.
And then it says automatically apply.
Like how-
And yeah, if as long as it's automatically, because the
So it's gonna roll for me.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Because what will happen is when you roll hit dice, you roll the d8, but then you also get to add whatever your Constitution modifier is.
Okay.
So they'll do that like
I believe it is
automatically.
double the
So if you
number.
like rolled 5, it'll
Yeah.
automatically for each dice roll add an extra 2.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Okay. Thank you.
Is that before the modifier? Before you add the plus,
The
whatever?
dice without the modifier. I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
like
I
a
thought.
standard reason.
All right.
Let's see.
Yes, we are very happy to be playing in person. We've actually been playing in person for about a year.
Yeah, almost
I
exactly.
know we haven't seen Roll to One in a while, right?
Yeah, it's been about a year since we played in person, but we're in like a brand new space. So it is.
This is no longer just a garage. It
Yes.
is like a studio style.
She's gonna roll. Let's go with 4.
How many does she have total?
Oh yeah, she's good. She has 11 as well.
Oh,
I rolled exactly enough to give me full HP.
All right, short
Give you
rest
what?
taken.
Exactly enough to give me full HP.
Nice.
Nice.
Exactly.
Oh.
All right, so as you all kind of sit there resting, do you keep the door open or closed?
I would say probably closed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Val goes over and just like looking at Taraz, who's still just staring at you like all the time in the world. Probably stand there for another 100 years, just watching you.
Are you gonna walk
Just
by
kind of like
with the mask
close
on?
the door.
With the mask, like, hey. I do wonder what would happen if we shot like crossbows or something into the room, but didn't break the
You
sand.
sound like those assholes that threw stuff at the tiger. Just because it's in a cage doesn't mean it can't
You
get
sound like the
You're making
virgin
so
that lit
mad.
the candle.
Focus. I am the
We're
almighty
happy to
Max.
see you rolled a 1. No worries. We just love your puns. All right. So as you sit there resting
I
and
got all my shit back.
gathering,
It's nice to be short rest.
Everything is short rest basis.
gathering all of your
Like,
wits
I'm essentially a
and
fighter too. Like, with a little bit of magic.
looking about in this very interesting room with these 2 hourglasses with the sand that has run out already. Not sure how to feel about that, as it takes up the entirety of the space and around you pretty much. There's only like a 10-foot gap between where it ends and then the walls are on any side. That's where we will end tonight's session.
Oh shit!
Oh, they were
Oh.
gonna pull levers.
I know. I was gonna say. I was
Don't
gonna
mess
say.
around.
Pull the lever!
Are you going to? We can see what happens.
She's like, yo, we're supposed to make it this fucking fun.
No, actually, this is exactly where you're supposed to
Oh,
be.
nice.
Oh.
No, we can save it for next week. I'm sure Lauren will want to pull the levers.
Okay. So yeah, maybe we'll just end with all of you looking over as Avadon just kind of like
staring.
pulls down on one of the levers that is attached to
It's like, don't
the giant.
do it. It's like when a cat slowly pushes the cup towards the edge of the.
looking you in the eyes the whole time. And that is where, that's where we will end.
Nice.
Thank you for hanging out. I hope you continue to enter into the monthly giveaway.
Thanks for rejoining Roll the One.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
that's
happy to see you
awesome.
roll
Good
the
to see you.
one. These will be available on YouTube I'm doing a week now, a week out, and also the podcast version. So if you want to listen instead of watch, you can do that. We are going to be playing the Midnight World tomorrow, so please join us at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And now we're going to find somebody to to raid. We've got a lot actually going on. Matt Colville is up right now. Tabletop Notch. Hey, Gehenna Gaming. They're doing Aliens vs Predators TTRPG.
Cool.
That
So-
sounds like fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. So
Like, I wanna
let's
play
raid
that.
them. All right, so we are gonna raid Gehenna Gaming. And
Successful session where we did not die.
if you are patrons, you do get a sneak peek at the dice that we will be giving away for July. So I recommend becoming a patron for many reasons. But everything that you do give goes back into the stream. So let's raid Gehenna Gaming. And we are going to be hopping over to our Discord channel to do our stars and wishes as well. So patrons, you can come join us there and join in the chat. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow for Midnight Monday, Tuesday for Wicked Independent Prestige Incorporated in our Discord. And then Saturday is live from the compound. What are they doing? Warhammer 40k. So, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out.
That I might watch some of.